Yo! What is good, Philly Take Nation? Welcome on in to another edition of the NBA Playoff Game Day Live Show. Eastern Conference Finals. Game number 4. I can't believe we're here already. But the Knicks are looking to end their finals drought and advance to the NBA Finals in a 4-game sweep of James Harden, Donovan Mitchell, and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Kenny Atkinson with some wild quotes after the third game. Do they have any hope, any shot to stay alive, or will the New York Knicks finally get over the hump? They've won 10 in a row. Are they actually for real? Or is this all just for a show? Is this all just because they're playing subpar opponents? Are the Knicks making you believe that they can actually compete in the finals? We're going to talk about all that. We're going to react to this game live and break it down right here on Philly Take with RB. I know Knicks fans have probably been waiting to hear what I have to say about their team. So we'll get into it all, man. Happy Monday. Happy Memorial Day. Hope everybody enjoyed their extended weekend. But we're back after last night and what was a blowout by San Antonio. See if the Cavs can stay alive here. Will they show any effort, any grit with their season on the line? We will talk about it all. Welcome on in once again here on this Monday evening. Ladies and gentlemen, we are streaming the rest of the playoffs. We will break it all down, and we will have all the coverage for you. I am RB. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the NBA Playoff Game Day Live Show, officially brought to you all season long by our great, wonderful friends at National University. And as always, we are powered by the Kalshi app this week. Shout out to Kalshi, who is partnering on the show. So yeah, 3-0 are the New York Knicks in the conference finals. Is it all New York? Or are the Cavaliers just that bad? Or is it both? We will talk about it all, man. This is the Game Day Live Show where we give you pregame, live game, postgame coverage, including our staple play-by-play reactions, our analysis as it all goes down. We will read out your comments in real time. We will take your phone calls. Psych, I'm not taking any calls from Knicks fans. You thought I was taking calls. Yeah, it's not happening. I'll give you my takes after the game. We'll do our little postgame, but yeah, no. Anyway, do me a favor, man. Hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the noties. Turn them on. That way you don't miss any of the content. We just dropped the video a couple hours ago, so make sure you check that out. And make sure you tap into all the live shows. Like I said, we're streaming the rest of the playoffs. And make sure you check out all the short-form content as well. It's also going up on all of our social medias. You can access those by clicking the link tree coming through in the chat. So once again, shout out to everybody in here. Shout out to the members. With that being said, man, I guess we got to kick it off. Pre-game live show. First off, hold on. Let me turn this on real quick, man. My bad. The only thing more bipolar than Knicks fans is the weather here in the Northeast. It's been absolutely ridiculous, man. I can't even describe it. It's like nothing I've ever seen, man. Back and forth. But yeah, man, nonetheless, I did get some time out this morning, and I was thinking about this series, and I was thinking about the teams in this series. There's nothing analysis-wise for me to break down. We know which team is better. Like, coming into the Eastern Conference Finals, we knew that the New York Knicks were the better team. That's why I picked them to win the series in 5 games. I changed it to 6 the last second because I felt a little bit bad for the Cavaliers, but the Cleveland Cavaliers have done nothing in this series to show me that they deserve any grace at all. And I'm just going to go down the line real quick, and I'm going to talk about each player. And then, well, not each player, but just a couple players and names. And then we'll talk about the overall aspect of this game tonight. I want to know from you in the chat right now. Once again, if you're just tuning in, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. We are streaming the rest of the playoffs here on Philly Take with RB. We'll be live tomorrow as well for Game 5 of Thunder and Spurs. But what I want to know from you in the chat is, do the Cavaliers have any shot to win this game, or are they done? Are they done? Here's what I have to say, man. Kenny Atkinson, starts with you. Kenny Atkinson is an embarrassing coach, man. And I actually really liked Kenny Atkinson all the way from his days in Brooklyn. Then he was an assistant for a few years, and I thought he was doing a really good job. And I liked Kenny Atkinson a lot. But hearing the things that he said in this series so far, man, have just really ticked me off as a basketball fan. And it's exactly why I said yesterday during our show that I don't want to see the Cavaliers ever again. I don't care about the Cavs franchise. They're irrelevant to me. I would have rather not made the conference finals than to get embarrassed the way they're getting embarrassed. And it's not solely because of the talent. We know the Knicks are the better team. It's the effort level for me. But what really puts the cherry on top is that Kenny Atkinson, after the third game of this series a couple nights ago, he comes out and he says, we've won 2 out of 3 of the games this series in terms of analytics. That tells me right there, the Cavaliers have a 0% shot of winning tonight. And if I'm wrong, I will say I'm wrong. But that means Kenny Atkinson is in that locker room telling them that everything's okay, and he's patting them on the back. Oh, it's okay, guys. We've won analytically, We've won in some of the categories in terms of numbers, except the most important one, the final score. We just haven't won. And you know why you haven't won in the final score category? Because of you, Kenny Atkinson. Because in Game 1, when you had your best shot to flip the series on its head and take the momentum away from New York, when they played absolutely terrible, you came out with 8 minutes to go and you blew a 22-point lead. And James Harden, we'll get to you next, but James Harden was literally getting picked apart on defense. And Kenny Atkinson came out and defended leaving him in. First off, he didn't call a timeout on an 18-0 run, which is insane in the fourth quarter of a Eastern Conference Finals game. But on top of that, they ask him about benching James Harden, and he says, nah, James Harden's one of our best defenders in the playoffs, which is a damn lie. And on top of that, James Harden's out there walking around like it is the middle of November. So Kenny Atkinson is a terrible coach. He deserves to be let go after the series. Number 2, James Harden. What else can I already add, man? I put a short out a couple days ago after Game 3. A lot of the comments said, why are you talking about James Harden when the Sixers got swept? Because I'll talk about whatever I want to talk about. And it's the same things I said when James Harden was in Philly. I think he's a great individual player. I think he brings a lot to the NBA and has. And I think he had a prime, that was like no other. Prime James Harden was special. However, he will have a stain on the rest of his career, and he will never win anything. And everywhere he goes, he quits. And that's the embodiment of James Harden, quitting. And he has quit in this series. And if you want to see an actual physical example of that, go check out the short I dropped a couple days ago where I showed 3 plays where he literally walked around on defense. I mean, if you were going to walk around on defense, why would you be here in the conference finals? And that brings me back to Kenny Atkinson. How have you not benched this guy yet? It is a disgrace to the game to be out there jogging around. I went back and I watched the condensed highlights on NBA.com. And I tried to take all of my knowledge of what game it was out of it, and I thought it was a regular season game. I thought I clicked on the wrong game footage. That's how basic and vanilla it looked. So James Harden quits, and you know what? I got to give some smoke to Donovan Mitchell as well. I was putting Donovan Mitchell on a pedestal. This was after the Pistons series. I said Donovan Mitchell, is one of those players that I would trade a lot to get. Like, I think he is an NBA superstar. And even in this series, right? Game 1, Donovan Mitchell had 29 points, and he had a valiant effort, and he was not the reason they lost game 1. Game 2, he had 26 points. He went 8 of 18, and last game he went 9 of 21 with 23 points. Donovan Mitchell has disappeared as well. And then after the game 3, Donovan Mitchell comes out and starts talking about why he is a big New York Knicks fan from his past life, from his early days. He says, yeah, Cavaliers fans are the best in the world, but I expect this from the New York Knicks fans. They're so rowdy. I used to be one of them. Going down memory lane. Are you kidding me, Donovan Mitchell? Have some pride, man. This whole Cavs team has no pride at all. You got Jared Allen out there smiling and joking around during foul shots. Are you kidding me? You're laughing while getting your butt whooped? I could go down the rest of the team, man. I just don't feel like it right now. So the Cavaliers are a disgrace. That brings me to the New York Knicks. Will the Knicks win tonight? Yes. Yes, they will. They are going to sweep the Cleveland Cavaliers, and they are going to put them out of their misery. Does it change my opinion about the Knicks going into the NBA Finals? I talked a little bit about this yesterday. I believe that the Knicks are on a hot streak right now. If they win tonight, it'll be 11 straight. You can't take that away from them. They're playing really good basketball. Why are they winning like this? Because everybody is buying in defensively. I think Mike Brown is coaching his butt off. And on top of that, Jalen Brunson has been by far the best player in this series. So I give him credit. Everybody's stepping up. They're finally getting the buy-in from Mikal Bridges to play his role effectively. And Karl Anthony Towns has been playing much better defense. That's why the New York Knicks are winning the way they are. I will reiterate that they have not seen a defense like the OKC Thunder. They have not seen a defense like we saw last night, led by Stephon Castle and Victor Wembanyama, that held the Thunder to 82 points. And oh, by the way, last night, we were in the post-game little recap show, and we were all wondering, when is the last time the Thunder got held below a certain point threshold? Like, when's the last time they got held below, like, 85? So I went back and I looked it up, and the Thunder have not scored 82 points in a game since 2021. The San Antonio Spurs held the Thunder to their lowest point total in 5 years. So once again, the New York Knicks have not seen a defense like the two of them in the playoffs. That is a fact. Again, the Knicks are playing good basketball. I give them a lot of credit. I think the Cavaliers are a joke. And I think in the finals, we are about to see a very good series between whoever gets there. So that is how I feel. We will see what happens. I wanted to watch this game tonight because I want to hang with the community, because we didn't get to stream game 3 of Thunder Spurs. And I said, you know what, we'll hang out for this game. But I'm looking forward to watching the Cavaliers get put out of their misery. And I want them to be forgotten about, and I want them to be just abolished from the NBA after tonight, because any team with James Harden on it will not win. And for all you little James Harden fans out there that have constantly come at me over the years, this is exactly what I've talked about the entire time. And he is going to go out. And here's my bold prediction. Before we get to our game predictions tonight, my bold prediction is that James Harden is going to have under 13 points in this game. I believe that James Harden will have under 13 points. I mean, is it even a bold take at this point? Here's a stat for you. James Harden has the most playoff games shooting under 35% from the field since 1955. Do you know how crazy that is? How many players have played in the game, have played in the playoffs? James Harden in game 3 was 1 of 7 from 3. He had 6 turnovers and 19 points. And he walked around on defense the entire game. I understand why the Cavs made a move at the deadline, but trading even Darius Garland for James Harden, who doesn't show up, I mean, it was just a tale as old as the NBA. So, I mean, we all know what's going to happen. And yeah, I think the Cavaliers are done. He just quits every time. So anyway, that is where I'm at. That is how I feel. Yeah, give me your thoughts in the chat. That's my rant. That's what I have to say. I hope Donovan Mitchell at least goes out with some pride tonight. Evan Mobley and Jared Allen, that little two big fun lineup. Yeah, let's just play two bigs that can do everything. No, they can't do everything. They're not good enough offensively. Evan Mobley was supposed to take a leap here in his career, and he has not. Jared Allen is just your typical, interior big, and they just don't have enough. Cavaliers' opportunity was last year, then they got punked. So, anyway, that is how I feel. Ladies and gentlemen, give me your thoughts in the chat. I know we'll probably have some Knicks fans tapping in tonight, and I will continue to tell you how I feel, and we'll see how they look tonight, and we'll continue to break it all down. We have 80 people in the chat already. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button. Get us to 100 likes. Subscribe to our channel. Help us get to 55.1. We will continue to stream the rest of the NBA playoffs. We dropped the video earlier today. Lots of content coming out in the next few weeks about the Sixers offseason, about the draft, and a whole bunch more. So make sure you check it all out. Stay up to date everywhere. All right. Shall we get to our final predictions? Shall we get to it? As you can see here on the matchup predictor, they have the Knicks at 59%. So even the odds makers think that the Knicks are going to complete the sweep tonight. The Knicks have not won a championship in 53 years. They have not been to the finals in 27 years. So they are looking to end the drought here tonight and try to capitalize on this opportunity. All right, I will get to my official predictions on the other side, and I will read out some of yours. You know what to do, man. Final score predictions, drop them in the chat. Who gets the W tonight? What will the final score be? Who will be the leading scorer, and how many points will they have? Once again, final score prediction in the chat. Who gets the W tonight? Who will be the leading scorer? And how many points will they have? And if you have any bold takes as well, drop them in the chat. All right, we will continue to break it all down here on this pregame portion. But before I do that and give you my final prediction, got to shout out our partners of the show for this week. Shout out to Kalshi. Ladies and gentlemen, check out Kalshi because we're about to get to the most electric time of the season. That is the NBA Finals. And on Kalshi, you can trade every single series, including this conference finals still, and the NBA Championship. Kalshi is the largest prediction market. And right now on Kalshi, if you look at the odds, they still have the Thunder as the favorite, a 49% chance to win it all. So if you trade the Thunder right now on Kalshi, let's say you put a $100 trade down, it would pay out $205 if they take it all. Now, if you want to go with maybe the New York Knicks, you believe that they are on a hot run, and you look at the Knicks odds right now, they're trading at a 27% chance to win it all. So if you put that same $100 on the New York Knicks, that would pay out $371 if they take the title. You can check out all of those odds over on Kalshi as the playoffs heat up. The numbers move in real time. You can buy in or out at any time. On Kalshi, you trade against peers in a live market, meaning there is no house. As the probability changes, you can buy in or out of your position. So for a limited time, download the Kalshi app, use our code PhillyTake, and get $10 when you trade 10. Kalshi, that's Kalshi. Trade on anything, 18 plus only. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. For more info, see kalshi.com/regulatory. All right, ladies and gentlemen, final score prediction tonight. I think the Cavaliers will keep it close in the first half, but ultimately, I just think they're going to waltz around again because their coach doesn't even seem like he cares, and he's talking about winning analytics. So I think the second half is going to be a bloodbath. I think the New York Knicks are going to take them out in the fourth quarter pretty early. And I think we'll be looking at a game where the Knicks end up winning by like 25 points. So I'm going to say the Knicks get a win. I don't know. We'll say 128-103. So I'm going to say 128-103. The New York Knicks get the win and complete the sweep. And I'll say Jalen Brunson caps it off with a 29-point game. Don't even know if he'll have to play the last 6 minutes of the game. Yeah, I'm talking crazy right now. I am daring the Cleveland Cavaliers to step it up and grow a pair and get back in this. So I'm going to take, once again, the Knicks 128-103 in this game. I'm going to take Jalen Brunson with 29 for the W and the sweep. And we will see, man. That is my prediction, and my bold take of the game is I think James Harden will have under 13 points in this closeout game. All right, give me your final predictions in the chat. We will get over to the live chat here. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Who do we have in here? Busy B, what's going on? I knew Busy B would be up in the chat. Busy is one of our MVP mods all season long, rocking with us no matter what. Don Boyle, same to him, man. He says disappearing act is real. I think he's talking about James Harden. Who else we got? Clint dropping us a prediction. What's up, my guy Clint? He says 101-93 Knicks. Brunson with 28. Callie says 120-97 Knicks. Jalen Brunson with 30. Min, what's going on, bro? What up, RB? I'm late, but I think the Pistons will give New York fight. Well, the Pistons are out of it, brother. They are out, unless you're talking about the Thunder or the Spurs. But, yeah, the Pistons are done. I wish the Pistons would have been in this series, but they would have shown a little more heart than the Cavaliers. Busy B, 115-98 Knicks. Brunson with 30. Cavs, 119-114. Mitchell with 39. Beer Batter Gummy Shark, what's up? Can somebody send the driver to pick Harden up from the club? He's late to the game. I wouldn't be surprised if he was out partying last night. Matter of fact, I don't know where they could party in Cleveland. Maybe he took a private jet or something from somewhere else. 110-85 Knicks. Brunson with 33. 114-107 Cavs, says Vlad. Merrill and Strus magnet ball tonight. You think the NBA is going to try to extend this or what? Roadrunner in the chat. What's up, Roadrunner? OKC fan back in here tonight. Maybe scouting out some competition here. George, what's going on, my man? RJ, what's up, bro? What's up, RJ? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Guys, do me a favor. Hit the thumbs up button, man. When you're streaming all these different games, sometimes it takes a little bit for the algo to pick it up, so we need everybody to hit that thumbs up button. We need y'all to do it right now. That way you can help us grow our platform and get this in front of more people. Shall we drop the beat? Let's do it. Let's do it. I want to piss off the neighbors tonight, man. Let's go. It is game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals. New York Knicks have won 10 in a row. Can they make it 11 and end the drought and go to the NBA Finals? Will the Cavaliers have any pride whatsoever? Guess we'll find out, man. Let's go. Get us to 100. Let's piss off the neighbors tonight. Let's have some fun watching hoops. Hopefully not a blowout like last night. We'll be back for game 5 of that series tomorrow. We'll continue to break it all down here in our extended NBA playoff coverage. Shout out to the best community, man. Let's go. Let's go, chat. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. The coverage never stops, man. The coverage never stops. Shout out to the mods and the members. Got some big things on the way. And keep you updated on that. Somebody just sent me a picture on Twitter, and it's Donovan Mitchell pulling up to the game in his car. I don't know what kind of car it is. Looks pretty nice. But Donovan Mitchell pulling up in his car, taking a picture with a Knicks fan before the game. That's pretty embarrassing, man. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie, man. That's pretty embarrassing from Donovan Mitchell. You're taking a picture with the opposing team's fans in an elimination game when you're down 3-0, when you've been getting wiped. That's crazy, man. That's crazy, Don. I don't know, man. Do you guys think that that's crazy or what? Kind of feels like game 4 of the Sixers and Knicks series where we kind of knew that it was over. That's how I feel right now about the Cavs. By the way, no Dennis Schroeder tonight. He is out with an illness. And also, Dean Wade is not going to start tonight. They're going to make a lineup change, and they will play Max Strus in the starting 5. Also, just got an update on A.J. Mitchell for OKC. He is out for tomorrow night's game, which could be very, very impactful for the OKC Thunder. Jalen Williams is probably not going to play either again, so based on what we saw yesterday, man, the Thunder better wake up. Otherwise, they could be in trouble. But yeah, man, Donovan Mitchell, you're kind of up there with Harden now for me because that's ridiculous. The fact that you're taking a picture with the opposing team's fans, like I know you're a New York lifelong fan, but after game 3, you're like praising their fans and like, oh my gosh, I knew this was going to happen because, you know, they do it everywhere. And then on top of that, you're taking pictures with Knicks fans. It's pretty crazy. Just say you want to go to New York. Roadrunner says, absolutely. Knicks fans think they know my team better than me. I don't know why they've been on our team pages all of a sudden. Don't worry, Roadrunner. They do it to everybody. They're still infiltrating my tweets weeks after winning the playoff series. They just can't get enough of themselves, so it's pretty funny. Clint says, congrats to VJ on the all-defensive first-team selection. Did he? Let's see if they dropped the... I know VJ got the rookie selection. I don't know if they announced the all-defense teams. Let's see. Yeah, so I don't see any oh, wait, here we go. Let's see. All defense, yeah. I think VJ might have got... Yeah, VJ got the all-rookie nod, but not the all-defense. Yeah, I was about to say, man, that would have been crazy, but one day VJ could be a defensive player of the year, man. He definitely could. But yeah, yesterday the all-NBA teams were announced. They had Tyrese Maxey on the third one, but yeah. Busy B says he accepted his fate. He really did. He really did. Why is that embarrassing? The fan asked him for a picture. Donovan is a cool guy. It's just optics, man. It's just something you probably don't do when you're getting, or you're about to get swept. But yeah, no, you don't do that. When is the draft video coming out? We'll have some draft stuff probably in like a week or two. Right now, we're still working on free agency stuff, but we dropped the video a couple hours ago. Make sure you check that out. We'll have some draft stuff as I continue to look through a lot of the draft prep and all that, even though I'm not excited for the draft because the Sixers have the 22nd pick and they literally need to nail it. And if they don't, then they're screwed. So it's kind of how I feel. Roadrunner says, we knew Mitchell was out. It's kind of annoying because AJ's been in and out since the start of the playoffs. His defense is what gets him minutes. Well, yesterday, the Thunder needed someone to score. They didn't have any offensive firepower. They were atrocious. Estelle says, like number 39. Let's go, guys. Get us to 100. Let's go. Even you Knicks fans, hit the thumbs up. Knicks fans will be clowned once they fall short in the finals because they are insufferable, says Solo. They definitely are insufferable, but they are on a hot streak right now, and we'll see if they can keep it up tonight. Like I said, I don't think they are ready for the defense that they're going to see in the finals. But will I end up changing? Will I change my finals pick? I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see. I will say it could be a huge advantage if the Knicks win tonight because then they'll get like a week of rest before the finals begin. So we'll see how that plays out, man. That's not a written code. That's just bullish fans and ex-players and stupid analysts talk. Get over it. No, I'm not going to get over it, man. I'm going to speak exactly how I feel, and it's the truth. And, yeah, it's just something you don't do. So that's my opinion, and that's how I feel. And I think it's pretty lame. The same way it's lame to say that you've won 2 games analytically when you're down 3-0 in a series. You just don't do it. I wonder what the Cavaliers are going to do after this season, though, man. I wonder if they're going to keep or at least try to re-sign James Harden, or if they're going to just let him go or sign and trade. I don't know what the Cavs do from here. Are they going to let Donovan Mitchell stay? You know, do they want him to be the core building block? Do they want to try to get somebody else around him? I mean, who wants to actually go to Cleveland? Will they get in on the LeBron stuff? Is that even worth it? Cavaliers have a lot of work to do with their roster. I agree regarding the draft. You need to hit on a McCain-level talent. Sixers need rebounding and three-point shooting. Well, wouldn't that be interesting if they had a McCain-level talent, man? If only they could draft one. Oh, wait. They did. All right, man. Starting lineup's about to come in, and then we will get underway. Once again, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel if you are hanging out with us for the playoffs. Starting lineup for the New York Knicks: Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, and Karl Anthony Towns. Cavs coach sounds like he already gave in. Yeah, exactly. Does sound that way. Is that Matt Dellavedova? They have Matt Dellavedova doing the little intro here. I don't know if Matthew Dellavedova is getting me hyped up to win this game. Busy B says PG's probably getting shipped out. Well, like I said earlier in my video today, it all depends on what the strategy is for whoever comes in and takes over the front office. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting to see who gets the job, because it could all change depending on what their philosophy is. I want someone to come in with some aggressiveness and actually do something. I don't think the Sixers can run it back next season. I think that would be tragic. I do think that the Eastern Conference will not be this wide open, maybe ever again. I mean, really, it looks like the Knicks are the only team built to go to the finals right now. Every other team proved to be pretty fraudulent. You look at their rosters, they're not really that good. Starting lineup for the Cavaliers, it'll be Donovan Mitchell, James Harden, Max Strus gets the nod tonight, Evan Mobley, and Jared Allen. Dom says, I hope PG is gone. Do you think the Sixers should try to sign Melton, DeLon Wright, or Gary Payton? I mean, are those guys difference makers? They need a bench spark, man. Someone that they can actually rely on. I do think one of Grimes and Oubre will be back, though, which I talked about financially earlier today. But right now, the cap of the 76ers is not looking that promising. I will tell you that. Does not look promising. I'm surprised the Cavaliers haven't played Jalen Tyson a lot. I know he played last game, but why has he not been playing more? Very confusing to me, honestly. I feel like Jalen Tyson should be playing a lot more. No team has ever won a series after trailing 3-0 all time. 0-163. I want someone to try to give me an answer, though, on James Harden. Like, I want an honest answer. Let's go. Because my thing is, it doesn't make me feel like James Harden is not good enough to show up in the playoffs. I just feel like every time I watch him in a big-time game, as the playoffs go on, it just looks like he doesn't try that hard. That's my biggest gripe with James Harden. I don't understand why he doesn't actually try. It's a very confusing thing, and Kenny Atkinson should actually bench him. He should bench him, to be honest, if he doesn't try. What do you guys think it is, man? All right, we are going to see. $5 super chat from AP. What's up, my guy? Shout out AP, loyal viewer of the channel and a diehard Knicks fan. He says, now and next year, this team is going to be together for 4 or 5 years. Leon Rose had the contracts done before the apron went into effect. He was smart. AP, thank you for the super chat. Good to see you here, my man. Here's Evan Mobley, the first possession, lays it up and in off the window. I do think the Knicks are a very interesting discussion when it comes to team building, right? You have the Thunder and the Spurs. You look at the way they're building on the rookie contracts, and then you have the Knicks who are on the opposite end of the spectrum. They're like, we're just going to pay a bunch of big contracts, make the big trade for Bridges. Cavaliers steal it away. Here comes Strus down the lane, kicks it out. Mitchell, catch and shoot three. It's good. Cavaliers out to a 5-0 run to begin. Fans do look fired up. But, yeah, man. Here's Bridges, pulls it up. He misses it. Cavs get it, and here comes James Harden. Harden up the floor, finds Strus. Strus down to Mobley, and he lost it out of bounds. But, yeah. The Knicks are the complete opposite. You know, they just went in and they had the Knicks went the complete opposite direction. They just, you know, paid a bunch of big contracts, traded all their assets away. Now they found some hidden gems off the bench, but they're also willing to go into the aprons. So I do think it's a very interesting convo to have. Knicks scored down the other end. Here's Mitchell going to find Jared Allen. Allen had it poked away. It's going to be out on Cat, though. It's going to stay with the Cleveland Cavaliers. I think the Knicks are operating from a standpoint that they're going all in and they're trying to maximize a 1 to 2 year window. I think the Thunder and the Spurs are trying to build out like a 3 to 4 year type of thing. Because for the Knicks, if somebody gets injured seriously, then they don't really have a good shot. Mitchell, a deep three. What a shot by Donovan Mitchell. I was talking smack on him as the game began, but hey, Donovan Mitchell out with 6 points out of the first 8. Brunson to Hart. Hart wings it out to Bridges. Now over to Brunson. They still have James Harden guarding Jalen Brunson, which to me makes no sense. Brunson kicks it out to Hart. Hart spots up a 3, and he answers back. So it is 8-5. Mitchell going to pull up a 3. That one's in and out. Clint says Harden has no heart. I'd sit him big time. Dom says he's shaving points. Top says, I think Harden gets tired in the playoffs and then he's out of shape. Could be. Knicks miss another three. Here come the Cavaliers. 9:30 to go. Here in the first, Mitchell again. He's got that look in his eyes. He's going to drive, take two defenders, kick it out to Strus. Wide open in the corner. Can't get it to go that time. Here are the Knicks. Hart down to Bridges. Bridges puts it up and in. Yeah, if I was a team trying to build for the future, I would like the Thunder and Spurs model better than the Knicks, just because it feels like, again, if anything goes wrong, as Mitchell puts in another one, he's on fire.
He's on fire!
If anything goes wrong for the Knicks, like one major injury or whatever, like they saw last year, they don't have any chance to win because they can't really upgrade the team. And they're not that deep, even though they found some hidden gems like Landry Shamet. Brunson answers with a little fillet at the rim. It's 10-9. I do expect this game to be tight in the first half. Cleveland has come out with a lot of energy. Harden, a step back three. It's short. Knicks all the way up the floor. Bridges drives. Mitchell got back and he fouled him. Good way to get back by Donovan Mitchell. Harden was walking back down the floor. Dom says Mitchell has to go nuclear. I think Kenny Atkinson should be canned. He said something, if you squint hard enough, the series should be 2 on us. Well, that's funny, using the Daryl Morey quote, but Kenny Atkinson said that they've won 2 of the games in the series analytically, which is ridiculous. It's pretty crazy. Bridges at the line. He's going to knock one down. Knicks basically have no future and no draft assets, so they have to compete for chips until the contracts expire. Yeah, exactly. And if it goes bad, it's going to be really bad. That's why I'm saying the Knicks have to strike while the iron's hot. Like, they have to win this one. You know what I mean? If they don't, they're going to be in a tough spot because guys are going to get older and things are going to happen. So, like, they have to strike now. Like, you only have a short window when you build your team this way. Unless you think everybody's going to be good for the next 5 years. Harden going to find Mobley. Mobley downhill, dumps it down to Allen. He's blocked by Cat. Cat has really bought in defensively. Knicks are playing as a unit. Bridges for 3. Just missed the bounce. Here come the Cavaliers. Mobley up the floor. Mobley against Hart. Kicks out to Mitchell. Mitchell going to drive and kick. Here's Mobley from the wing, and he chimes it in. 13-11. Hart going to find Bridges. Bridges guarded by Strus now. Harden guarding Brunson. Brunson, one cross, step back, a 3. It's short. Knicks get the rebound. Here's Cat wide open for a 3, and that one goes. Mitchell went down hard. He gets up very slow and gingerly. Mitchell's being guarded by Josh Hart. They got Brunson on Strus. They're letting them hide Jalen Brunson on defense. Mitchell threw 2, walked about 4 steps. He gets the foul call, though. Probably should have been a travel. Once again, if you guys are just tuning in, please do me a huge favor and hit the thumbs up button. We are streaming every game for the rest of the playoffs, so hit that thumbs up, get us to 100, and hit that sub button as well. First one good at the line for Donovan Mitchell. Feels like Mitchell's out on an island by himself right now. Dawood says Harden shoots a poor 3, then he lets Bridges run right past him. Yeah, so far defensively, Harden is doing the same exact thing. I don't know if he's just out of shape. I don't know if he doesn't sleep or what it is, but definitely does not have any effort on defense. Pretty crazy, to be honest. Here's Brunson. Brunson with Cat. Here's Brunson up top. He's going to pop a 3. That one's up and out. Cavaliers up the floor now. Here comes Strus. Strus down the way. He's going to turn, kick out to Mitchell. Mitchell going to pop a deep 3. That's off. Rebounded by Mobley, and Mobley flushes it home on the second attempt. Busy Bee says Harden is too old to be partying and trying to get ready for a game. I agree with that. You're in your upper 30s. You got to be careful now. Got to be real careful. Here's Mikal Bridges going to kick it over to Josh Hart. Now Jalen Brunson. Now Bridges going to find Anunoby in the corner at 3. That one is short. Cat puts it back up, misses again. Mitchell tracks it down. Mitchell up the floor. He's going full head of steam. Euro step, kicks to Strus. Now Harden. Harden for 3. It's off. Here come the New York Knicks. Anunoby. Cat on the back door. Slams it down with 2 hands. Cat is screaming. He wanted a foul on that. Thought it should have been a 3-point play. We have a timeout by Kenny Atkinson. Hey, Kenny remembered that he has timeouts. Kenny Atkinson remembered that timeouts exist. So it is a 1-point lead for the Cleveland Cavs. 17-16. Feels like, we're just getting started in this scheme. You might want to play some defense, though. Mikal Bridges out to 6 points early. Brunson only has 2. Mitchell's got 10 for Cleveland, and Mobley has 7. Harden 0 for 2. Allen 0 for 1. See what happens. Dom says Hart is a hustle effort guy. Estelle says, I wish I was in my upper 30s. Well, I don't think Estelle would be walking around on defense like James Harden would. So. He says Harden should retire from the playoffs. Well, he will pretty soon. I don't know how many more opportunities he's going to have. After seeing the way that Harden is playing in these playoffs, if any team comes out and once again trades for James Harden, let's say he quits on his team again next year and wants to trade at the deadline, I just don't see teams being willing to go out there and get him. What's the point in going to get James Harden? It's going to be hard to get him to buy in general. And on top of that, he doesn't show up in the playoffs. Simple as that, man. Sean says Cavs is going to win by 5 tonight. The Knicks lineup just has a little bit of everything when you think about it. They have the shooting. They have the floor spacing. They have the rebounding from multiple players. When Mikal Bridges is playing the way he is in the last 6 games, I mean, it's hard to beat them. Bridges finally found his role. He found who he needs to be in the New York Knicks lineup. AP says, everybody hit the like button for the channel. Let's go, guys. Get us to 100, man. Hit that thumbs up. Welcome in. NBA Playoff Game Day Live. We are streaming the rest of the playoffs. We'll be hanging out almost every day this week. Let's keep it going. They're showing the flashback to last year where the Knicks lost the Eastern Conference Finals. Everybody's going to say, yeah, well, Mike Brown was the difference. I mean, could he be a difference? Sure, he is coaching well, but also the team is much healthier, you know? Is that because of Mike Brown? Maybe. but also sometimes you just get luckier, and their team was decimated. So we'll see how much it makes a difference here tonight. James Harden coming around his screen, kicks out to the corner. Here is Strus for three. Can't get the bounce. Knicks have it back. They're coming down the other way now. Brunson going to drive one-on-one. He's got Dean Wade. Dean Wade and Sam Merrill in for the first time. Brunson going to turn, spin, drive. Lost it out of bounds. Here's the inbound to Anunoby. Anunoby to Cat. Cat from deep. What a shot by Karl Anthony Towns. Cat is up to 8 and 6. He is cooking, man. 2 for 2 from deep from Karl Anthony Towns. Harden one-on-one. He's going to step back for three. It's short again. Harden is ice cold. Brunson is leaking up the floor, and a wide open layup for Brunson. And it is 21-17 Knicks. Here's Jared Allen. He's going to hand it off to James Harden. Harden going to dribble around the screen, kicks it out. Dean Wade for three. That's in and out. Cat going to find Hart. Hart up the floor to Anunoby. Anunoby turns, throws it down in traffic. Kind of wanted the foul, but not going to get it. 9-0 run for the Knicks. Harden gets trapped at half court. Nowhere to go with it. And now we got a foul on Anunoby. And now Anunoby and Strus are getting into it. Anunoby went hard at Strus. Mike Brown came onto the floor and told him to calm down. Strus was getting into it with them a little while ago. It's getting a bit chippy here. Let's see what happened. Harden got trapped, had nowhere to go. Strus got bumped by Anunoby. Anunoby kind of tumbled over him, and then Strus pushed him off of him. Looked like Strus maybe found him hard on the other end. Yeah, I can't blame Max Strus for saying, get off me. I can't blame Max Strus for just kind of pushing him off, saying, you're on top of me, like, move. Here's James Harden again. Harden picked up by Brunson. He's going to find Jalen Tyson in for the first time. Like I said, they need to play him more. Dean Wade kicks to Harden. Harden one-on-one against Cat. Harden through the legs. ISO. Harden going to step back, drive, go up, and draw the foul on Cat. It's really all Harden can do right now. Doesn't feel like he can get any space. Just feels like Harden is entrapped in this, like, feels like he's in a bad dream, you know? He just keeps doing the same thing. Dribble, dribble, dribble. Through the legs, through the legs, through the legs. Step back. That time he actually drove to the lane and got a foul, but he flopped in the process. Maybe whoever said that in the chat is right. Maybe he's just out of shape and he just doesn't have the energy. Maybe. I don't know. What do you guys think, man? Because, I don't know. It's very odd watching Harden play every big game like this. Like, you just don't see the extra gear from him, you know? Maybe he's just a little too old now. Second one is good for James Harden. So James Harden has his first 2 of the game. 0 of 3 from the field, though, but he's got 2 points now on the free throws. Here's Jalen Brunson. Brunson guarded by Wade, going to find Mikal Bridges. Bridges has been on fire. Mitch Robinson in for the first time with McBride. Bridges floats it up, and Robinson throws it down. Not even close. Cavaliers are playing small ball right now. Probably not the best thing to do against Cat and Mitchell Robinson. Is Kenny Atkinson okay, man? Why is Kenny Atkinson going small ball against 2 bigs? I don't know. I think that's pretty wild if you ask me. I mean, they're just going to throw down alley-oops every single time. Or get rebounds. Here's the drive and the kick. Dean Wade in the corner. He's going to dribble. Drive. Wade turns and spins. Wade going to find James Harden. Harden at the top now, guarded by McBride. 5 on the shot clock. Harden dribbles through the legs to his right, puts it up for 3, and finally hits. Harden gets one to go. That's his first made shot of the game. Brunson now guarded by Harden down the other end. Brunson working against Mitchell. He's going to drive, step back. Brunson baseline kicks. Bridges for 3. Can't get it to go. Cavaliers need to strike here. They need to keep this close before it gets ugly. Tyson goes full head of steam into Brunson. It's going to be a charge. It is going the other way. Nice play there by Jalen Brunson to take that charge. Little Euro step by Tyson. Smart play by Jalen Brunson. So now Brunson going to play off the ball. In comes Landry Shamet for the first time. He has been a revelation for the Knicks bench. Drafted by the Sixers back in 2018. Here are the Knicks. Hart hands it off. McBride pops a 3, and that's good. Damn, man, the Knicks are just hitting everything. Mitchell going to find the roller. Mobley kicks to Merrill. The sidestep, the 3, and that is good. Cavs going to answer back. Looks like we got an offensive showdown so far. 2:25 to go. Brunson oops it up, and Robinson throws it again. Cavaliers have no answer against this double big. Well, now Cat's off the floor, but still Robinson's there, and Mitchell going to float one up and in down the other end. So it's now 30-27. Brunson going to dribble, drive into the paint, accelerates, kicks, Shamet wide open, corner 3, and it's money. Yeah, they just have nothing, man. They just have nothing. Ball goes out of bounds, and got 1:18 to go here in the first. It's like we got a stoppage on the floor. Dom says Harden has to at least hit open or semi-open shots. Dawood says Mitchell must come alive. Well, somebody's got to wake up here, man, because Mitchell has 12 points, 4 of 6. Mobley's got 7 and 3. Harden's 1 of 4. And nobody else can do anything. I mean, the Knicks are just generating easy looks off of quick actions. It has not even been close, man. Guys, we got 180 people in the chat. Do me a huge favor. Go down below, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, help us grow this content and push it out to more fans, especially when we're, streaming Knicks and Cavs and all the rest of the NBA playoff games. Let's go. Hit that thumbs up button, man. Thank you so much for being in the show. We're doing this every single game. Let's play a little fun game we like to play called Drop the Spot. How about that? Tell me where you're tapping in from real quick in the chat. We'll shout some of the best ones out. We have trivia coming up here at the end of the first. Drop your spot. Where are you tuning in from tonight? Could be your state, your city, could be your country, your town. Where are you tuning in from tonight? Drop it in the live chat. Get this trivia question ready to go here in a couple minutes. Another good trivia question tonight. Once again, we're giving you the live play-by-play, the live stats. We are giving you the breakdowns as it happens and a whole bunch more. Let's see. Shaman has been on fire from 3 in the playoffs. We could use a guy like that. We could use a lot of guys like that. We could use one guy like that. All right, let's see. We got Upper Darby in the chat tonight from Delco. We got Cornwall in the chat. ATL, Northeast Philly. Shout out to everybody in here, man. Indiana in the building tonight. Let's go. Worldwide, baby. Worldwide. Welcome on in. Shouts to everybody in here. Let's go. Get active in the comments, man. Thanks for dropping the spot. Let's check some of the stats here as we await. I think we have a challenge is what it is. Knicks were on a 14-4 run before that last bucket by Cleveland. 16-6 points in the paint already. 12 assists on 14 made shots for the New York Knicks. 11 rebounds already, 6 second chance points, 13 fast break points. Knicks are kind of just blowing the doors off already. Beer Batter Gummy Shark says, does anybody have thoughts on what we'll do on draft night? I think we have to kind of wait and see who takes over the team. Do we even know who's going to draft the player? That's what scares me. What if you don't hire a GM by the time the draft comes? That's pretty scary, man. Mitchell going to find Merrill. Cavs have the ball. Here's Mobley, floats one up, misses a layup. Mobley just missed a wide open layup. Here come the New York Knicks. Jalen Brunson guarded by Sam Merrill. He's going to drive, use that shoulder, step back, and find McBride. Hart on the floor, Shamet, Robinson. Here's Josh Hart, the drive, the step back two, misses it. Robinson tapped it in, almost like he was hitting a volleyball up in the air. And the Knicks lead it by 12. 38 points here in the first quarter by the New York Knicks. Here is Mobley going to find Mitchell. The dribble, the drive, goes up, hits the bottom of the rim. Here come the New York Knicks. Hart down the other way with a 12-point lead. They have an advantage. Here's Brunson now. Mitchell gets back on the flip side. Jalen Brunson guarded by Dean Wade. McBride going to set a screen. Brunson around. Now he switches on to Mitchell. 6 on the shot clock. Brunson going to dribble, going to drive, goes up, misses it. Robinson, the putback, cannot go. Donovan Mitchell now with the rock. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Mitchell against Shamet. He steps back, heaves it from the wing. No good. And that will take us to the end of one. The Cavs gave up 37 in quarter one of game 3. And they gave up 38 tonight. So the Knicks come out firing away on the offensive side, and we have already hit the end of one. The score is 38-26. Will the Cavaliers even be able to keep this one close? We'll talk about all that. We'll continue to break it down, but it is the end of the first quarter, which means it is time for our favorite segment, NBA Scholars Trivia, presented by National University. Every game during the end of the first quarter, we will throw a trivia question into the chat. I will say the question first, then I'll wait a few seconds, type it in the chat. First person to get the correct answer gets some bragging rights here in the playoffs. You know the deal. You know how it works. Only one guess is permitted. All right, get those keyboards ready, man. Here we go. Here we go. I am looking for a number. The question of the night is, what is the most rebounds ever recorded in an NBA Conference Finals game? What is the most rebounds ever recorded in an NBA Conference Finals game? I am looking for a number. Drop them in the chat right now. If nobody gets it, we will see who got it without going over. That is how it works. Only one guess permitted. Give you guys about 20, 25 more seconds. Ten more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Got some guesses in the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, the question of the night is, what is the most rebounds ever recorded in an NBA Conference Finals game? It could have been an Eastern or a Western Conference Finals game. It happened in 1973. It is your boy Wilt Chamberlain, of course. And the correct answer is 3-0-30. And it looks like our guy Dom Boyle got it again. Dom Boyle goes back-to-back nights with the correct answer. Dom Boyle, according to my timestamps, is the first person to get 30 in the chat. Once again, it was Wilt Chamberlain back in 1973. Thank you all for playing NBA Scholars Trivia. Looked like Roadrunner also had the correct answer, but was just a bit behind. Shout out to Dom, man. Shout out to Wilt. 30 boards is crazy in a conference finals game. Mobley's going to miss a three here to begin quarter number 2. Here come the New York Knicks. McBride going to find Cat. Alvarado has entered for the first time. Good trade deadline pickup for the Knicks. Bronson resting on the bench after playing the entire first. Here's Karl Anthony Towns backing down Tyson. He kicks it cross court. 3-ball from Hart. Too much on it. Cat the rebound, and he's fouled by Tyson. Cavaliers trying to find some answers for this Knicks team. Kenny Atkinson looks pretty defeated over there on the bench. Now, Wood says it doesn't count. Wilt was playing against plumbers and electricians. Wilt was pretty massive, man. Wasn't really a normal human being. Kind of like what we think about Wemby right now. McBride, a sidestep three, and he drains it. Yeah, the Knicks are just, they're absolutely cooking the Cavs. I didn't think it was going to happen this early, man, but they are smoking them right now. Dom Boyle says, I thought it was going to be high. Shout out to Dom with the great guess, man. Back to back for our guy. There's James Harden looking and scanning. Going to find Mobley. And we have an off-the-ball foul as Mitchell hits the hardwood. So it's going to stay with the Cavaliers. I believe that was on either Shamet or... Matter of fact, let me see. Who was that on? That was on... I think it was on Cat, actually. Yeah, it was on Cat. Here's Harden, going to turn, throws it up, chucks it inadvertently off the backboard. Harden with another terrible turnover. Shamet another three. Oh my gosh, man. They are destroying these boys right now. They are enjoying and destroying and deploying and whatever else you want to use, man. Holy smokes. The Cavaliers are getting smoked. Here goes some of the Knicks fans standing up in the arena. Holy smokes, man. They are getting cracked right now. Don't tell me the Cavs gave up this fast. They came out with some energy for the first 2 minutes of the game. How come every former Sixer, man, Come every former Sixer has to go off. Every former Sixer has to be the guy, man. Why? Why? Crazy, bro. Crazy. Are we for real right now, man? Sorry, I'll get to the super chat here in 1 second. Just want to check a certain stat. $5 super chat from our guy Riaz. Riaz, what's up, brother? He says, enjoying this game. Cavs fans want to run it back. Please run it back and bring Atkinson back, and Harden still delusional after a soon-to-be sweep. Shout out to my dude Riaz, man, longtime supporter of the channel. If you guys don't know, Riaz is a Philadelphia fan living in Cleveland, and he constantly battles the Cleveland fans, so I'm sure Riaz is having a little mini party tonight. I'll be honest with you, Riaz, I'm not too happy watching the Knicks decimate everybody like this. Their fans are still annoying, and, you know, they're probably already popping the champagne, man. But the Cavaliers, you are right, Riaz, are absolute frauds, man. They're just not that good. Simple as that. Somebody had to get to the conference finals. When you look at that pathway, right, on their side of the bracket, it was Cavaliers who took the Raptors to 7 and barely beat them. Then they went to 7 against the Pistons and beat them. But I think we all knew that side of the bracket was pretty bad. Cavaliers stink, man. They really do. And James Harden, man. Whew. What's my bold prediction? I said James Harden would have under 13 points. Well, currently he's at 4 in 10 minutes. But hey, what was it, Kenny Atkinson? According to the analytics, are the Cavs winning right now? Maybe they're winning analytically. Maybe they're winning analytically. Riaz says, I'm partying in the land, laughing at my friend's expense. I'm sure Riaz is having a field day right now. Thank you for being in here hanging with us, man. Harden behind the back dish finds Mobley. Mobley dribbling downhill, drives, floats it up, misses it. Here come the New York Knicks on the run again. They're on a 16-0 run. McBride a 3. It's in and out. Cavaliers get it back. Here is Keon Ellis, another trade deadline acquisition into the game. Harden around his screen, finds Allen, Mobley, and now Ellis. I don't know why Keon Ellis and Jalen Tyson haven't been playing. Alvarado steals it away, drives the lane, floats it up and in, coast to coast. The Knicks are up 22 points. There's Spike Lee talking smack in the crowd. Here's Mitchell, going to turn and spin, has it poked away again. Oh my gosh, you're getting bullied. Alvarado for 3. Misses it. Cat the putback. Guys, this might be bad enough to get Kenny Atkinson fired. He might actually get fired. It's a 20-0 run. It's a 20-0 run. Harden misses a 3 and he's fouled. The Cavaliers deserve to be banned from the NBA. The Cavaliers should be banned from next year's postseason right now. They should be banned from next year's playoffs automatically. Woo! Cavaliers are getting bullied right now. They're getting absolutely shredded right now. Will RB change his finals prediction? I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see. I guess you'll have to tune into the Game Day live show. We'll see what the health looks like of the Spurs and Thunder. Kenny Atkinson's over here laughing on the sideline. He's laughing right now. Take that grin off your face, Kenny. Free throws are good for James Harden. At least he can hit free throws. 5 of 5 now on the night. 50-29 is the score. Here's Jose Alvarado. Alvarado working against Mobley. Kicks the cat. The pump fake. The drive. Floats it up to Mitch. Cavaliers finally bring back their double bigs. The Knicks steal it again. Alvarado is everywhere. Cat pump fakes. Finds the cutter. Anunoby puts it up. He was blocked by Allen. Here come the Cavs. Harden to Mitchell. Mitchell at the top, guarded by Bridges now. Mitchell coming around a screen. He sees a double. Mitchell finds a cutter. It's Mobley. Kicks it out. Ellis wide open corner three. Misses it. How did he miss a wide open three? Anunoby chucks a three on the other end. It's good. 53-29. Well, I thought this is how it would look in the second half, but I was wrong. This is how it looks in the first half. Mitchell answers with a three down the other end. Here's Jose Alvarado guarded by Keon Ellis. He's going to find Anunoby. Anunoby hands it off to Bridges. Back to Alvarado. Alvarado dribbling downhill. Finds a cutter. Mitch bumped it off his chest. Here come the Cavaliers trying to find some source of light in this game. Some source of hope. Mitchell misses the floater. Here come the New York Knicks. Bridges up to Alvarado. Mobley guarding Alvarado now on the perimeter. Going to find Bridges. Bridges going to dribble, drive with the left hand. Kicks it out. Here's Anunoby. Anunoby with the left. He's going to step back. Mid-range shot and knocks it down. I think the Knicks are shooting like 60% from the field. They just can't miss right now. Anunoby's up to 7 points now. Here's James Harden against 2. Tried to find a cutter, and he threw it right to the Knicks. 2-on-2. Fast break. Bridges is fouled. Is Harden serious, man? Can we redo the conference finals with the Pistons? Can we redo the conference finals but add the Detroit Pistons? Because this is embarrassing. $5 Super Chat time to obligation says, should the Cavaliers get LeBron and Giannis by trading Mobley? Sign LBJ and trade for Giannis. I mean, that's like me saying, should the Sixers trade, Kyle Lowry and get Steph Curry and then sign LeBron and then trade for KD? I mean, it sounds nice, Is it actually feasible? Would the Bucks do that? I don't know. LeBron and Giannis and Mitchell, I don't know how that fit would work either. But, I mean, the Cavs definitely need to do something, man. Cavs definitely need to do something because this team is not winning anything. They got to get rid of James Harden first and foremost. Mitchell working against Shamet. Mitchell going to dribble, going to drive, goes up, and he turns it over as well. Here come the New York Knicks, making it look easy. Bridges to Anunoby, dribbles, crossover, drive, under the rim, and nice defense by Allen to smack it out of bounds. $2 Super Chat. Riaz says, just asking for fun, would we have beaten the Cavs? Would the Sixers have won against the Cavs? I think every question involving the Sixers should have a follow-up question immediately that says, are they completely healthy? If the Sixers were healthy like they were at the end of the first round, would they have beaten the Cavs? Probably, yeah. But if they looked like they did in the Knicks series, where Joel's hanging on by a thread, then no, probably not. But the Cavaliers look really bad right now. Brunson floats it up in the lane. He is fouled. Appreciate y'all, man. 200 people in the chat. Let's go. Get the likes up. Get us to 100 likes, man. hit the subscribe button, turn the noties on. We're dropping content every single day. Subscribe to the Philly Take, Fire Take Nation. First one good for Jalen Brunson. Now we need to start asking ourselves, will the Knicks on full rest have a shot to beat the Thunder or the Spurs? That's the real question we need to be asking ourselves, because this series is already over. I do think the rest advantage is going to really help them out. Brunson gets the rebound off a missed second free throw, and now he's fouled again. Cavaliers cannot do anything right at the moment. Brunson looking at inbound. It's Brunson, Anunoby, Shamet, Bridges, and Robinson. Here's Bridges. Bridges is going to turn, kick it out to Shamet. Shamet guarded by Merrill. One-on-one. The crossover, the pull-up, a three. Oh, my gosh, man. Dude, Landry Shamet is on an all-time playoff run, man. This guy's ridiculous. What'd they get him on, a minimum contract? He's just unbelievable, man. Of course, it's another former Sixer, just to rub it in our faces. Here goes Harden again, one-on-one. He's got Bridges. Harden going to drive all the way, kicks it out to Ellis, up to Strus. Wide open for three, and Strus knocks one through. 61-35. Here's Anunoby, going to dribble, going to drive. One bounce to Bridges. Bridges, off-balance three, can't get it to go. Robinson trying to get the rebound, rips it away. He's got three guys on him. Playing tug-of-war out here, and this time it's going to bounce out of bounds, and it's going to be Cavaliers ball. Brunson wanted a foul on the Cavs there. They didn't call it, though. I am kind of happy for Landry Shamet. I mean, the guy's been in the league with so many different teams. He's a journeyman, and here he is balling out in the playoffs as Strus going to float one in off the cut. 61-37. Brunson fouled down the other side. Kenny Atkinson looks completely lost over there on the bench. You know, I really liked Landry Shamet, to be honest, when he was with the Sixers for that half a season. Then he was in the Tobias Harris trade. Mitchell Robinson at the line now, shooting the lowest free throw percentage in NBA playoff history with 37%. First one is missed by Mitchell Robinson. That's all the Cavs can really do is play Mitch foul ball right now. Let's go, guys. Get the likes up in the chat. We're at 83. Let's get it. Hit that thumbs up so we can push us in the algo. Cavs fans are expecting LeBron to walk through the door and save them. Yeah, I don't think that's happening. Robinson going to miss both free throws. Cavs come away with it. 24-point deficit. Here's Harden again. Harden switched on to Brunson, one-on-one. Through the legs, ISO, going to dribble, drive, downhill, dishes it out. Strus, corner three, clunks it. Here come the New York Knicks. Brunson steps back. He's going to find Anunoby. And looks like we got a foul? Oh, no, timeout? All right, I guess we got a timeout. So the score is 61-37. Knicks are 2 quarters away from going to their first finals in 27 years. So Cavaliers, I mean, they're trying to get back in a little bit, but they look all but depleted right now. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the Playoff Game Day live show. We're streaming every game for the rest of the playoffs. We'll be here tomorrow night as well, streaming Game 5 of Thunder versus Spurs. So make sure you tune into that. If you're in here right now, go down below, like the show, subscribe to the channel. How are we feeling about this game so far? How are we feeling about this game so far? For all my Sixers fans out there, just so you all know, we dropped the video earlier today. We're keeping the content flowing. Like I said, this is how I expected this game to look, but I kind of expected it to be more in the second half, like third, fourth quarter. But yeah, the Cavs just are not a good team. They don't have anything. I mean, look at Jared Allen right now. He's got 0 points, 0 of 1, and 1 rebound. I mean, that's just pathetic. And on top of that, James Harden, 1 of 4 from the field. 5 of his 7 points have come via the free throw line. I would have to look at the Cavaliers cap sheet. Maybe this is something I'll do if we end up, making this other channel, but yeah, the Cavaliers have a lot of work to do with this roster, man. Just not good enough. I think they need to change their coach. I think they need to get rid of James Harden. They probably have to trade either Allen or Mobley. And they have to retool. Simple as that. Busy Bee says this should not be on national TV. I think that if they weren't required to be on national TV, they probably wouldn't, honestly. One thing I've noticed that the Knicks are doing well in this game and in this series is they're moving the ball really well, and they're not even letting the defense get set. Like, they kind of know where each piece of the puzzle is supposed to be before the defense can even pick it up. Like, they're getting wide open looks, but it's really just because they're moving the ball well. So, yeah, the ball movement has been on point. Let's go. Knicks are shooting 58% from the field, 24-8 in the paint, 25-3 on the fast break. 25 fast break points in the first half. That is insane. Hart going to drive and kick. Here is Bridges in the corner. A 3, can't get it. Mobley had it smacked away on the rebound. It's going to go to Cleveland. $5 super chat from Dakota. Thank you so much, Dakota. I'm a Knicks hater, but at the end of the day, they're a great team. They have the pieces that do the job, so credit to them. Respect, Dakota. I appreciate how intelligent the people are here in this chat, man. I agree. I mean, right now, you have to give the Knicks credit for the way that they're playing. I mean, they're playing great basketball. As much as I hate the Knicks, I'm going to give them the credit right now with how they're playing. I just think the Cavaliers are not a good roster. And I think that's why they tried to make a trade at the deadline. It was just the wrong one to make. There's Towns going to drive, floated up 1 foot, misses it. Cavs come away with it. They're on a 7-0 run. If you want to get back in the game, now's your only shot. Mitchell going to hand a Mobley back to Mitchell. He's going to drive, pull up, mid-range, can't get it. Cavaliers have no game plan on offense. It's another thing I'm seeing. As Josh Hart drives the lane and is hacked on the arm, he will go to the stripe for 2. Cavaliers have absolutely no game plan. They're just alternating possessions, which is usually what happens when James Harden is on your team. It's just ISO, ISO, Harden. Then it's ISO, ISO to your other ball dominant scorer. That's kind of usually how the offense goes. But I haven't seen them run one play at all. It kind of reminds me of midseason Sixers Nick Nurse. And the second one is good. So he goes 1 of 2 at the line. I will say, man, like I said, the rest is going to be a huge component if they can win tonight. And confidence is a scary thing, man. Confidence is a scary thing. So here's James Harden in the paint. He turns, he fades, and knocks down a shot. James Harden. Finally showing up, James. 9 points on the night. Maybe he'll prove me wrong. Here's Bridges, going to dribble in, going to drive, kick it out. Hart to Anunoby. The pump fake, the drive, the swing. Hart from the top of the arc. It's short. Harden has it again. Here's James Harden coming around a high screen from Merrill. He's switched on to Brunson again. They're trying to take advantage of that mismatch. Harden drives the lane, goes all the way in traffic, and draws the foul. James Harden going to head to the free throw line for 2. Harden actually trying for once? Let's go, guys. We need 7 more likes. Get us to a hundo, man, so we can hit that air horn. Shout out to our channel members in the chat. Dom's in here. Time's in here. Let's go. Harden going to miss the first, though, at the line. Here's the second one coming up from James Harden, and he's going to knock it down. 1 of 2 at the free throw line. It's now a 20-point Knicks lead. 62-42. Here's Jalen Brunson, guarded by Mobley. He's going to find Cat. Cat turning, looking, scanning against Mitchell. Cat's going to find Brunson in the corner. He drives off the pump fake, turns, floats it up one hand, and gets it to fall. 64-42. Mitchell working against Josh Hart. Mitchell across the court to Harden. He drives, swings it out. Mitchell pops a 3 and got it to go. 64-45. Mitchell has 4 threes on the night. He does have 3 fouls, which is something to keep an eye on. Here's Bridges from the corner. Bridges a 3. Too much on it. Harden to Mobley. Here come the Cavaliers. Harden up the floor now. Working against Josh Hart. Here's James Harden. Going to dribble. Drive in the lane. He hesitates. He goes up against 2, and he's fouled again. So James Harden going to go back to the charity stripe for 2. It's going to be a foul on Karl Anthony Towns. He's got 3 now on the night. By the way, Cat already has a double-double. 10 points and 10 boards here in the first half. Appreciate everybody hanging out with me here for Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Just a reminder, we will be live for the rest of the postseason, every single game. So if you are enjoying this live coverage, do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. Get us to 55-1. Really looking forward to tomorrow night. Thunder taking on the Spurs in Game 5. All right, let me ask you guys a question in the chat right now. Who do you think is going to take it all? If you had to predict one right now, who would be your favorite?
Let's go.
We're not going to include the Cavaliers because we think they're done, but we'll say the Knicks, the Thunder, and the Spurs. Give me your honest opinion. Who do you think should be the favorite right now to win it all? 15-3 run for Cleveland here in the second, trying to stay in this. Brunson working against Mitchell now. Harden went 1 of 2, or actually, no, he went 2 of 2 at the line, I believe. Bridges turns and fades. What a shot off balance. Almost parallel with the ground. He just chucked it up over Harden with no time on the shot clock. What a shot for Mikal Bridges. Here's Max Strus. He's going to turn, spin, and find Mitchell. Mitchell going to Euro step, kick out to Mobley. He's wide open for three. Can't knock it down. Just can't get it. And we have a wet spot on the floor. So they just stopped the game in the middle of the play. They're going to wipe up a spot on the floor. We have a $5 super chat from Time to Obligation. Thank you so much, man. Watch, Knicks fans in the end of the game are going to chant, "We don't care, we want OKC." They probably will. They probably will, if we're being honest. There's a decent amount of Knicks fans here in the Cavs arena. What a shot by Bridges. Yeah, I mean, they probably will. You know, Knicks fans, every win, they are celebrating like the championship, so this will be their first finals appearance in 27 years. They're probably going to burn down the arena. Knicks in 6, you can't trust what a hating Sixers fan says. How can you guys say that when I've been here giving the Knicks credit this entire game? See, that just shows me how delusional these Knicks fans still are. See, they don't listen. They need all this attention, but they don't listen. They're like your crazy ex-girlfriend. They're clingy, and if you say something they don't like, they just throw everything else out the window. That's how they are. Because I've literally been giving them credit this entire game. And it's still not enough for them. But like I said, they're here in the live show, and they will continue to come back because I tell them the truth. Simple as that. Mitchell going to knock down the first. Estelle says, I hate to say it, but right now the dominant play of New York gets the nod. Spurs, Thunder, Spurs, Spurs, OKC, 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 Spurs, Thunder. I'm leaning Spurs in 6, Spurs in 5 against the Knicks as time. Dom says, I would not be surprised if the Knicks win with the way they're playing. Here's Jalen Brunson working against Harden now. 1-on-1, going through the legs. Finds Bridges, floats it up. It's blocked. Here come the Cavaliers. Harden up the floor now. 37 seconds to go in the second. Harden finds Mobley, and he dribbled it off his foot. He couldn't grab it. He couldn't grab it. 9 turnovers for the Cleveland Cavaliers. $30 seconds to go here in quarter number 2. It's been a pretty quick first half. Here's Anunoby over to Brunson. Brunson crossover, pull up mid-range, can't get it to go. Shot clock unplugged. Time for one more. 14 seconds here in the second. Mitchell guarded by Brunson. Mitchell going to cross over, work with the right hand. Now he finds space. Little step over move, goes up and misses the floater. 1 second. Bridges full court heave, and it's just a tad short. So we head into halftime. It is 68-49. The New York Knicks have a 19-point lead. They are 1/2 away from ending their finals drought and going to their first finals in 27 years. Cavaliers went on a little run there in the second, but they're still down by 19. They lose the quarter by 7. So the question is, do they have any fight left in them? Is Kenny Atkinson going to go into the halftime speech, and is he going to say that we're winning the game analytically, or is he going to bust out a clipboard and break it in half and say, you guys need to do something else? That is the question. So we'll see. But, ladies and gentlemen, 200 people in the chat. Like the show, subscribe to the channel. We did hit 100 likes. So do me a favor and drop one word in the chat to describe this game. Let me know how you're feeling about this game so far. Give me one thought, one phrase. But also drop the yes, sirs. Yes, sir. Yes, Yes, sir. Wake them up. Wake them up. Dawood says, I would root for the Knicks if some of the fans were not so insufferable. They haven't won in over 50 years. I could get behind rooting for a team like that, maybe. Yeah, I would agree, man. I like to see records be broken. I like to see, new teams and new faces and getting over the hump, but you're right, man. They're just too insufferable. They just don't stop. They just do the same things, and, I agree with you 100%. I agree. But I do think the finals is becoming more interesting by the second. I will say that. We'll talk about it more in the postgame on whether or not I would actually flip my finals pick. But right now, the Knicks are in full domination mode. My one word to describe this game would just be domination. Domination is my word to describe this game. I can't think of another word to really describe it. Cavaliers just have no answers. They have no answers whatsoever. Simple as that. So, my one word is domination. And I don't think the Cavaliers have a shot of winning this game. I think we're going to see it in the first 6 minutes of the third quarter, whether or not they actually want to make it a game. What we saw in this first half is kind of what I expected in the second half, but they got at it quicker. And I feel like Kenny Atkinson's going to go in there at halftime and he's going to pat him on the back and say it's okay, and we're winning analytically and all that. So, yeah, we will see what happens, man. But my word is domination. Give me one word in the chat to describe this game. Let me know your thoughts on this series and going forward in the NBA Finals. What do you think? How are we feeling? Give me all of your words and thoughts down in the chat. All right. Before I read out a couple of your words in the comments and react to some of the comments, speaking of domination, got to let you know about who is dominating the academic education game. And that is our great partner all season long over at National University. Listen up, Knicks fans. Maybe you can get taken to school by your boy RB. National University is an accredited nonprofit university that gives you the support to balance your life. They have programs that are online courses for 8 and 12 weeks designed to make pursuing your education achievable. They offer the most comprehensive degree program options in the U.S. for working and non-traditional students. It's never too late to go back to school. Maybe you're working that full-time job. Maybe you are a New York Knicks fan and you need to be schooled and you need an upgrade. I don't know. Maybe you need to learn a little bit. Well, you can do that at National University. They have over 150 degree programs, credentials, and certificates. Areas of study include education, business, marketing, healthcare, psychology, social sciences, engineering, tech, criminal justice, and so much more. You can check out all their programs by clicking their link down below. They're a veteran-founded university that awarded nearly $55 million in scholarships and tuition reductions last academic year. They empower learners to balance work, family, life, and school. And with customized education plans, they include adaptive instruction, holistic student support, and competency-based credentialing. For a limited time, they are offering some of their new scholarships, including the Believe and Succeed Scholarship that will grant students up to $6,000 annually towards your next bachelor's or master's degree. So click their link down below, go to National University, and shout out to them for partnering with the show all season long. Check out all their information down below. NationalUniversity.com, where you can juggle school with everything else life has to offer. Speaking of school, let's see who dropped some good words in the chat. Let's go to our vocab wizards. One word in the chat. Let's see. Derisory. That's a good word. Decimation. Inevitable. I don't even know what that word means, but it sounds like a long word. Stuff stuffed word, honestly. Fresh Prince says, I'm angry because I think a healthy Sixers team could have won against both of these teams. Busy says, Chuck got the word of the night with quit. Yeah, they definitely did look like they were quitting, honestly. I'm sure Charles Barkley's going nuts right now on the broadcast. I mean, he said it before the game that they were going to quit, so he's probably going crazy right now. Protect inside the NBA at all costs. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Termination. A lot of good words in the chat tonight. A lot of good words in the chat. Maybe the Cavaliers, some of their players will head to National University after this game, and maybe they'll pursue another education or another career. We'll see. He said if you look up the word quit, the verb for it is Cavalier. Chuck's hilarious, man. He is. He is. All right, so that's really the main takeaways from this game. A couple quick glances over at the stats. I mean, it is just so one-sided. 26-3 on the fast break, 26-12 in the paint, 16-2 on the second chance points, 26-17 on the rebounds. They have 17 assists made, 17 assists on 25 field goals made. They're shooting 52% from the field, 43 from three. And the Cavaliers are just so far behind. They finally went on a run in the second quarter, 12-3, but other than that, man, I mean, the Knicks went on a 47-15 run in this game. They went on a 20-0 run. Straight up domination. Straight up domination. But what I will say, man, is analytically, Cavaliers are doing okay. Maybe they're winning analytically. Well, yeah. That's my takeaway of this game. Jared Allen is terrible. Evan Mobley can't hit a wide open three. James Harden has quit. Donovan Mitchell is the only guy heaving shots up, but they just don't have enough. They do not have enough. I agree the Sixers could have beat the Cavs. I think they could have beat Cleveland if they were healthy. Busy B says, fire up the planes and get the passports ready. If I'm Donovan Mitchell and I'm thinking about the future here, though, I'm like, man, do I really want to stay with this team? Do I believe in the Cavaliers enough to put the team around me, to really, make a championship contending team? I would be questioning that if I'm Donovan Mitchell right now, honestly. I do think the Cavaliers will have to make some type of big splash. I don't think they should keep James Harden. I would love to hear what the Cavaliers fans think about James Harden. I would love to hear if they think that James Harden is going to be re-signed or not. So we'll see, man. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting. Hey, Philly, where do you think Jay Kidd will go? That's a good question. That is a really good question. I actually would like Jason Kidd as an assistant coach. I don't know if he's going to be a head coach. Maybe he will, but I kind of like Jason Kidd as an assistant coach right now. It feels like some people are really against him and really for him. But I think, again, just being a former point guard and being as good as he was, just think he was in a tough situation in Dallas. I like Jason Kidd, though. I like Jason Kidd. Yeah, I don't know where he's going to go. I guess we'll see who else needs a coach, but how many other vacancies even are there right now? Busy B says, I need him to come to the Sixers and do the same. Who are we talking about? Who are we talking about? Sixers are just injured. Cavs are like this fully healthy. Riaz is dogging the Cavaliers in the chat. But yeah, the Sixers are always injured. Riaz says Harden can opt into his last year. Come on, Riaz. You know more than that, man. You're smarter than that, Riaz. You know James Harden is not going to opt into that last year without an extension. And even if he does, he's going to demand a contract extension. And if they don't give him a contract, he's probably going to quit on them next year. So. Duran turned into a pumpkin. J. Kidd would have been a great coach for the Sixers, mentoring Maxey and VJ. I really do like J. Kidd. My close friends who are bandwagon fans in Brooklyn told me the Knicks are the only thing keeping people happy in New York. I mean, to be honest, if we're being completely fair, I kind of get why the Knicks fans are so hyped, because all their other teams are dog crap, unless they're Yankees fans. And even they have been a disappointment for the last decade. I mean, you got to really take this into consideration. You know, they can dog the Sixers and they can talk about them. I mean, these people realistically root for the New York Jets. I mean, I'd be miserable too. They root for the New York Giants. They root for the New York Rangers. These are the teams that these people root for. So they haven't had any good ever. And before this season, the Knicks have been a disappointment too. So I get why they're treating this like their championship. I mean, if I had to root for the Jets or the Giants, I would probably have started watching cricket or something a long time ago. So, I mean, look, man, it's not all sunshine and rainbows here in Philly right now, but at least we got Super Bowl Eagles who have won, you know, their fair share here in the last 7 years, even though last year was a disappointment. Vlad says East will be interesting next year with the Pacers back, all the moves, Pistons, Cavs, Hawks, Magic make, and Tatum back for a full season. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. I mean, the East is not going to be as wide open as it was this season. This was the season to try to make a push. At least the Cavaliers made a move. They tried to make a trade, even though it was a terrible one. Some teams went backwards. Nothing wrong with cricket. My bad. Look, I'm not trying to throw shade at cricket. I'm just saying, I would have started watching a different sport. You could throw any sport in there, man. I would have started doing any other sport if I had to root for the Jets and the Giants. Wizards are likely 2 years away. The Wizards are probably 12 years away. Wizards are never good, man. You feel like the Wizards can finally be a team next year, and they probably won't be for some reason. So. We have the New York Liberty. Oh, there you go. There you go. The New York Liberty. Sixers stuck in purgatory, which sucks. Yeah, they are right now, which does really suck. It is annoying. Speaking of which, I dropped the video talking a little bit about it earlier today. Some of their free agents. We're going to be doing a bunch of other content here in the next couple weeks, so make sure you check it out. Turn those noties on. And guys, make sure you follow us on all social medias. I can't stress that enough. Even if you're not a Philly fan, we're dropping content about other teams on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. So make sure you check us out there. I'm going to drop the link tree here in the chat. You can click it and follow us everywhere by clicking this link tree. All right, I'm going to go. Actually, you know what? I don't know. Let's see. It's going to take a break to get some water, but probably wait till the end of the third. Here we go. We got to show the whole celebrities. We got to show Kylie Jenner. Here's Ben Stiller. We got to show everybody. It's kind of getting annoying seeing the whole celebrity thing. I just don't really care that much. Bradley says, you know what is a surprise? The Avalanche getting whooped by Vegas. Yo, they are getting smacked, man. What were they up, like 3-0 yesterday and they choked? That was crazy, man. What else are we going to look at, RB? Not this atrocity of a game. I agree. I agree with you. It's just every game. Do I have to see Kylie Jenner every game? Like, I know she's there. Do I care? No. All right, here we go. 19-point game. We're about to see if the Cavs have any little bit of fight left, even though they haven't had much at all. Cat misses a layup. Hart gets the offensive rebound. Brunson to Anunoby for 3. It's off again. Knicks tap it away, but the Cavs come up with it. Second half begins. 19 points the deficit, the alley-oop, and the slam down by Jared Allen. There's Jalen Brunson. Brunson going to find Cat inside. Turns, kicks back to Brunson. Here's Josh Hart. Hart going to find Bridges. Bridges crossover. Right past Harden. Floats it up and can't get the bounce. Cavs got lucky there. Harden, terrible defense. Here's Harden on the catch and shoot 3. He misses it. Cavs get the offensive rebound. Mobley under the rim. He turns, kicks out to Strus. Strus throws it away. Knicks come away with it. Here comes Josh Hart up the floor. He's going to dribble and drive and spin. Anunoby goes up with it, and he missed it. Hart picks it up and puts it back. Kenny Atkinson looks like he's ready for a nap and a beer. Sixers can't make any moves. They have 3 max contracts, which locks them out of free agency signings. There are a couple moves they can make, which, again, I detailed on my last video today, but the options are not looking too bright. They're not looking like they have a lot of options, so I agree. Whoever they bring in at GM is going to probably have to trade one of the big contracts if they want to do anything. Allen turns, floats it up, and misses the hook shot. Knicks come away with it. Hart going to find Anunoby, drives, gets blocked, and Hart puts it back, but we got a foul on the first attempt. It's going to be a shooting foul, I believe, and Anunoby will head to the free throw line. Let's go. Hit the like button, guys. Get us up to 200. Thank you so much for being here in the Playoff Game Day live show. When is James Harden going to remember he's playing, says Shazy. I don't think he ever will. James Harden is asleep. First one good for OG. RB, what do you tell these guys in the locker room during halftime? What would I tell them, or what is Kenny Atkinson telling them? Because Kenny Atkinson is probably telling them, hey guys, we're winning analytically right now. It's okay, we just need a little bit of juice. Make them nervous. That's probably what Kenny Atkinson is saying. What would I say? I would go in there with a clipboard. I'd break it in half. Pull a Steve Kerr. Allen on the baseline, floats it up with a hook shot, gets it to go. I would say, James Harden, you are embarrassing. You're not playing the second half. I would say, if you guys don't learn how to hit any shots, I'm putting in the third string. I will bench all of you. I'd make a statement. I'd say, I'm about to sub in myself. I'm going to sub in myself if you guys don't wake the heck up. Mitchell pushes off a Brunson. Step back 3, misses it. And Hart's going to get called for a foul. And there goes Hart going right to the official. Dang, he did push Brunson off. For once, Brunson wasn't flopping. He actually got shoved by Mitchell. Then he got fouled by Hart. So it's going to be 3 at the line for Mitchell. Doc Rivers speech, random clap. Come on, guys. What you want to do? Doc Rivers would be in there at halftime. He'd be like, yo, you guys need to check my resume. He'd be like, if you were me, would you play you right now? He'd be like, this is your fault, man. Nothing to do with me. Then again, you're right. It's like, what really can they say? I mean, you're getting decimated. What really can they say? Other than have some balls and play. Mitchell knocks him down at the line. So it is 72-56. 16-point game. Guess not crazy far apart. Bridges drives and floats it up. Misses it off the back iron. Ball's tapped away by New York. It's going to be Cleveland basketball. Honestly, the series was lost in game one. The series was lost in game one, man. You can't blow a 22-point lead with 8 minutes left after dominating the whole game. Harden downhill, drives, throws it away, stolen by Josh Hart. 2-on-1, 4-on-2, Bridges, Euro, all the way, floats it up, misses it at the rim. Knicks get their own rebound. This is what I would be talking about if I was Kenny. How can you guys not grab a freaking rebound? We got two centers playing. Or a very tall forward and a center. Brunson finds Hart and shot clock violation. Good defense. I would start asking people in the crowd to suit up, says Busy B. Shazy says Kenny has to be on drugs. Dom says I put 5 randoms in. Check my resume. Yeah, exactly. There's Donovan Mitchell guarded by Josh Hart. Mitchell guarded by Brunson. Max Strus going to dribble in, going to drive, floats it up, blocked by Karl Anthony Towns. Dude, the Cavs literally have no game plan, bro. They got Max Strus driving the rim. Cat for 3. Another one goes. They have his Wikipedia on the whiteboard. They really do. Doc probably told the staffing crew, he's like, yo, print out my resume. Print out my resume during halftime so I could show these boys what I did when they were 9 years old. Bridge is going to pull a 3 wide open. Cha-ching. Timeout, Kenny. It's all right, boys. Y'all are winning analytically. Doc Rivers will be in there at halftime. Somebody will try to ask him a question. He'll be like, look, would you ask Greg Popovich that question? If not, then don't even think about asking me that question. Beer Batter Gummy Shark says, please, Cavs, break the Knicks' hearts once this series. Knicks fans are getting too cocky. Yeah, man, this is... I thought for a second the Cavaliers were about to go on a run, but once again, they get shut down by New York. Feels all but over, honestly. You're right, RB. Game 1 hung a dark cloud over the Cavaliers. It really did. You saw their entire energy change. So, it's been pretty crazy. Atkinson will get canned, says Riaz. Print his resume so he can show what a bunch of people on Reddit put together. Exactly. Really is crazy how Doc Rivers still doesn't realize, like, all of the chokes that he is responsible for. He thinks he's, like, one of the greatest 3 coaches to ever coach. So, crazy. So it is a 22-point game, and it risks getting very, very scary here. Could get very scary. Looking at Kenny Atkinson, though, he looks like a guy that's pretty mad that he missed out on like his family's Memorial Day party or something. He looks like he'd rather be home drinking a beer, watching some fireworks or something, eating some hot dogs. Ben says, only the West can save us now. Shout out to all the Fire Take Goats in the chat. We got Dom in here, Ben in here, Riaz in here. Let's go, chat. Appreciate y'all hanging out with me, man. Like I said, I just would have rather seen any team in the conference finals other than the Cavaliers. I would have rather seen the Pistons. Was Doc responsible for James Harden or Harden responsible for Doc in regards to choking? I think they were both equally responsible. I think they're both just pretty classic chokers in the playoffs. I'm waiting for somebody to ask James Harden if he knows this is an elimination game, because he's still not really trying. He tried for like 2 minutes there at the end of the first half, and he's back to just looking like he doesn't care. I mean, some of the tape right now is just really bad. You see James Harden literally walking around on these wide open threes. Knicks steal it right off the inbounds, right off the timeout, and an alley-oop on the other side for Anunoby. These dudes are about to go out of here with no heart again, man. Come on. At least make it interesting. Mobley going to find Mitchell. Allen in the dunker spot. They trap Mitchell. Here's Mobley. Kicks to Harden. Harden off the dribble. He just walked 2 steps. They didn't call it. Merrill for 3. It's short. These dudes are moving around like snails, man. Maybe the Knicks are just moving a hella fast. Here's Cat down the lane. Drives against Allen, and he finishes at the rim. So it's up to a 26-point game after a 10-0 run. Mitchell all the way. He floats it up, and it's short again. Like I said, once I saw Mitchell taking a picture with Knicks fans before the game, I knew it was cooked. Bronson misses the 3, Anunoby the putback. Yo, is Jared Allen serious, bro? Yo, I'm sorry. Jared Allen's a really good guy. I can't believe what I'm watching right now. Allen poked away again. Jared Allen has a case of the Hardens. Dude, what in the world is Jared Allen doing? Yo, on the last play, I literally watched Jared Allen the entire possession. He sat in the paint. Look at this. He didn't even try to box out. What is he doing? He's got 2 rebounds. What in the world, man? That is crazy. 12-0 run now for the New York Knicks. Cavs go to zone. Kenny Atkinson, bright idea to go to zone defense, down 50. Hart's going to travel. RB, you make the NBA season so much better in Cleveland with your stream and my Sixers. Riaz, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you, man. Shout out to you. RB, that's why it's important to finish the regular season 4th or better. It's a good point. Regular season does matter for standings purposes. Mitchell floats it up in the air. He's fouled en route to the bucket. Cavaliers fans are sitting there in shock. They don't know what to say. I know the feeling. Cat just did a windmill on the other end, even though it doesn't count. They're out here bullying this team, man. They're out here bullying them right now. Dom says, I think it's more effort than fatigue. I would agree. I just don't think they have the fire. I think they just have accepted that they're not good. But, like, I'm seeing a lot of the things I see with this the Sixers, where they're just like not even trying. It's pretty wild, man. They couldn't even get an inbounds in. Here we go again. Mitchell around a high screen. 6 to go in the third. Mitchell step back 3 and drills it. Why don't I hear the crowd booing them out of the building? They're not saying anything. Cleveland crowd has been very underwhelming. I actually said that in the Pistons series. Very underwhelming crowd. Here's Jalen Brunson working against 2. Kicks it out the Hart. Wide open in the corner. Kicks to Bridges. Bridges from the wing, and he can't knock down the 3. Harden picks up the board. See if James Harden actually wants to do something now. Mitchell a step back 3. It's short. They're not running any plays either. Cavs steal it back, though. Here's Harden wide open for 3, and he missed it. Yo, James Harden, man. James Harden. I really hope that another team does not get fooled by the James Harden experience. And Harden is one of those players that has like those delusional, crazy fan bases that just constantly come at you. Anytime you say something wild about James Harden or even a little criticism, I mean, they just come at you swarming like bees. Hopefully, people don't get fooled by the James Harden experiment anymore. Here's Brunson fading away from the corner. What a shot, man. As you all know, I used to really like a lot of the Knicks Nova players because I'm a Villanova basketball fan. Then I had to learn to hate them here in the NBA with the Knicks, but I did really like a lot of them at one time, man. And Brunson he's become a really good player, man, even though he does flop a lot. Brunson is hooping, man. I got to give him credit. He is elevating it to a whole different level in these playoffs. Landry Shamet throwing it down. Dude, the Knicks are just bullying this team, man. Sam Merrill going to drive, floats up the midi, and he gets it to go. 89-61. Here's Mikal Bridges. Bridges guarded by James Harden. Bridges working against Mobley. Left hand turn, spins, finds Shamet. Shamet going to dribble, going to pull up mid-range, and can't get it to go. Here's Jalen Tyson. Tyson going to dribble, going to drive, floats it up. Mobley slams it down at the rim. 3:35 here in the third. 89-63. Brunson going to dribble, going to drive. Brunson out to the corner. Bridges steps back for 3. No good. Robinson trying to pull in the board. It's hit out of bounds. We're going to say it's Knicks ball. I wouldn't try either. They've seen Harden does it in moments like this his whole career. He's just, this is kind of who he is at this point, man. Robinson going to find Shamet. Shamet back to a cutting Robinson. And yeah, they're making him look silly, man. They really are. I was on with Harden until they gave up in that Celtics series. He had 2 40-point games in that series. He did. And then in game 6 and 7, he disappeared. I want to know your guys' opinions on Donovan Mitchell, though. What do you guys think about Donovan Mitchell? Can he be the guy that you build around for a championship? Because he has not been that good in this series either. Sheesh, man. So we will stream the rest of this game. We will break it down. We'll do a little post game at the end. And we will talk about whether the Knicks can actually contend in the next series. And then, yeah, man, we will be back tomorrow night streaming Thunder versus Spurs. So a lot to break down, a lot to get into. Do we have any Cavs fans in the chat? Probably not. But if so, I would love to hear from you. Yeah, make sure you guys follow us everywhere, man. Linktree is coming through in the chat. Follow all of our platforms. Matter of fact, let's get this up here. But yeah, to the Donovan Mitchell question, man, I don't know. I just feel like he's not that good defensively. I feel like Donovan Mitchell needs he needs a special type of player next to him. One thing we're learning here in the playoffs, man, is you definitely need a big man that can shoot. That is a fact. Never would have imagined Brunson would be this damn good. I remember the shot from Jenkins at Villanova to win the championship. Like I said, man, I watched probably every Jalen Brunson game, or most of them, at Villanova. I knew Brunson could be good. I don't think I thought he'd be this good, but I knew he could be pretty good. Like, even early on in his career with Dallas, I knew. I remember that draft. I was like, Sixers should have drafted him in the second round. I remember him slipping in that draft, and I'm like, man, Brunson can play. I didn't think he'd become this good, but he could play.
Let's go.
$5 super chat from Riaz. He says RB Mobley is the guy to deal. He can get the most in return. Cavs are in purgatory. Altman is overrated as a GM. He dealt Kyrie for Isaiah Thomas, man. Yeah. Cavaliers are in a tough spot, man. They have a lot of work to do with this roster. The James Harden thing was a desperation move. Should have never happened. So I agree with you, man. And I agree about Mobley. Mobley was the guy that was supposed to get a lot better, especially offensively. Feels like he's been in this rut for like a year or two now. You know, a year or two ago, you're like, hey, this guy's going to get better. He's promising, but he has not developed really much offensively. Good defender, but can't get it done on the other side. So you have two bigs that are not reliable offensive players. That's why the Cavs are mainly struggling outside of James Harden. Here's Shaman, a wide open three, and another one goes. Dude, the Knicks bench playing way better than I expected. Landry freaking Shamet, 4 for 4 off the bench from three. Cavs get an offensive rebound off the Tyson miss. Here's James Harden, swings out to Tyson. Tyson for three, misses it again. Knicks come away with it, and now it's back to a 29-point game. Bridges throws it away. Cavs come away with it. Tyson up the floor, 2-on-1 fast break, and Tyson floats it in down the other end. Knicks are still shooting above 50% from the field in this game. 1:49 to go here in the third. Brunson, guarded by Dean Wade, crosses over, drives downhill, turns, spins, fades. Brunson a two, knocks it in. Here's Jalen Tyson, guarded by Jalen Brunson. Now he's going to find Mobley. Mobley going to hand it off. Here's Tyson, floats it up, and Mobley throws it down. One thing I will give Jalen Brunson credit for, too, is that he did take a pay cut in order to make the contract stuff work. I do respect him for that. He didn't have to do that, but he did. Harden steals the ball away, misses a three. Merrill tries to tap it back. No can do. Here come the New York Knicks. McBride up the floor, guarded by Dean Wade. And we have a foul on Sam Merrill. Not going to lie, man. I did think the Bridges trade was too much, the 5 first-round picks, but feels like later in this season, Bridges finally started to realize what his role can be and how he can kind of fit in, especially on the defensive end. So once Bridges started to really connect, I think that made a huge difference for New York. Brunson steps back from the baseline. That's short. Cavs have it. Harden up the floor. And the Knicks intercept it down the other side. Brunson runs into Merrill. No whistle. 35 seconds to go here in the third. Here's Jalen Brunson, guarded by Sam Merrill. 30 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Brunson going to cross over, drive downhill, puts his shoulder down, dumps to Robinson, gets it back. Brunson fading out of bounds over the backboard, almost put it in. Robinson another rebound. He's going up with it, and it's finally plucked away. Cavaliers waited 10 seconds for it to happen, and now Bridges steals it back on the other side. And we have a foul at half court. Yo, Knicks are pests on defense right now. $2 super chat from YL. Thank you so much, man. He says, I hate New York Knicks, but I hate the OKC flopping more. Yeah, I mean, again, I think every team has their floppers. I think both of them are pretty annoying, but yeah, I mean, it's, just how the games are called nowadays, honestly. I'm glad that Brunson hasn't had to flop that much in this series because the Cavs are so bad defensively, but yeah. Shea does it. Brunson does it. A lot of the good players do it. But yeah, the Cavaliers have no shot left in this game. I mean, they are getting absolutely destroyed, man. They are getting absolutely destroyed. Bridge is going to knock down the line. It is a 29-point game again. 4 seconds to go. Here's Donovan Mitchell with the left hand, dribbles, drives, goes up, fouled at the rim, and one. Yes, sir. Donovan Mitchell at least showing a little bit of pride, trying to score the ball. He's trying to score the basketball. Mitchell's got 28 on 5 threes. You have to give credit for the Knicks just playing as hard as they are. They're not letting up, which is very key. I do think they're making the finals more interesting, especially if the Knicks are going to get, what is it? I don't even know when the finals start. I think it's like a week from today, maybe 8 days. So they would have a lot of rest if they win this game and the Thunder and the Spurs go 7. They're only going to have a few days of rest. Might even be more than 8 days, honestly. All right, we have hit the end of the third quarter. The Knicks lead it 98-71. It is a 27-point game. Knicks are 1 quarter away from reaching their first NBA Finals in 27 years. Will they finish it off? We will continue to break this down, and we will get into all of it. Do me a favor, man. We got almost 200 people still hanging with us. We will be live for every game the rest of the playoffs. If you are enjoying this coverage tonight, go down below and drop a fire in the live chat. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you no matter who you root for, No matter who you're here rocking with tonight, thanks for being in here and hanging with your boy. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, drop a fire in the chat. Speaking of fire, man, got to give one more shout out to our great partners of the show all season long. They have been absolutely on fire this season, sponsoring our trivia question and our great segments. It is National University. I told you about all their great programs, over 150 degrees to choose from. You can go to school from the comfort of your own home. You could be in New York. You could be on the West Coast in California. It doesn't matter. They have 4, 8, and 12-week courses designed to help you balance your life and pursue your education and make it achievable. They have a 50-year history of innovative learning, support models for working and non-traditional students. They are a veteran-founded university. Happy Memorial Day. Shout out to the vets. And National University awarded over $50 million in scholarships last year. They're invested in your education and seeing you thrive. Check out all their new scholarship programs today, all their summer courses coming up, and everything as well. With NU, you could be a busy worker, person, or learner, and a successful student all at the same time. They also offer additional resources to help you through your academic journey, like their free virtual mental health counseling and a student wellness center with one-on-one support. Once again, check out all their degree programs and everything else by clicking the link down below in the description. Shout out to National University, where you can juggle school with everything life has to offer. A proud partner of Philly Take with RB for the last 2 seasons. Thank you to them for being great partners of the show. Speaking of getting schooled, man, Kenny Atkinson should enroll in a course called Analytics versus Reality, because Kenny Atkinson is probably sitting there thinking about his stupid comment he made the other day about analytics and how they've won 2 of the games analytically. And once again, they're getting blown out of the water here as they're getting ready to be swept. Let's see when game 1 of the finals actually is. I think it's on June 3rd, if I'm not mistaken. We will be live for that entire final series. Yeah, game 1 is on June 3rd, which is actually next Wednesday. So they will have, they win tonight, they'll have, a good 8-9 days off. Now, everybody was questioning coming into this Eastern Conference Final Series, will the rest hurt the New York Knicks, being off for too much? And it didn't hurt them in this series. So I think the rest will ultimately pan out well. But see what happens, man. We will see. We will see. All right, here we go. Here we go. Donovan Mitchell getting double teamed. Here is Jared Allen. Harden is on the bench. Jalen Tyson, Strus, Mobley, Allen, and Mitchell. Mobley turns around, fades, puts it up, missed it short. 98-71. 27-point game. Knicks are 1 quarter away. Here's Alvarado. Alvarado back to Cat. 10 on the shot clock. McBride in as well for the Knicks with Anunoby and Shamet. Here's Anunoby, crossover, dribbling, steps back. Anunoby for 3. It's short. Mitchell trying to get the board, pokes it away from Alvarado. And here come the Cleveland Cavaliers. Mitchell up the floor, guarded by Alvarado. Crossover around a screen, finds Mobley in the paint. He turns, spins, goes up, misses it short. Cat has it. Looked like he double dribbled. No whistle, though. Here are the Knicks. McBride up the floor, going to find Cat. Cat, the pump fake, dribbling against Allen. Drives all the way, goes up. Strong finish at the rim. And the Knicks have hit 100 points. Allen going to drive and kick. Here's Strus dribbling. 1 bouncer. Here's Mobley back to Allen. He comes back in, but he was out of bounds when the pass was made. Therefore, it is going to be another turnover for the Cavaliers. And it's going right back to New York. $2 super chat. Why else is how the heck did the Pistons lose to this Cavs team? What does that tell you about the Pistons, man? What does that tell you about the Pistons? They are fraudulent, man. Pistons had a good year. They just didn't have any other dominant scorer outside of Cade Cunningham. And Tobias disappeared with no field goals in Game 7 when it mattered. So Mitchell fouled down the other end. And Jalen Duren looked like a shell of himself, man. Jeez. Ten minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Anunoby up to Alvarado. Alvarado out to the corner. McBride wide open three. Dude, the Cavs are not playing any defense, man. These boys have given up. Their mind is in Cancun. Cancun on three. 1, 2, 3. As Jared Allen throws down a dunk. Here come the New York Knicks. Alvarado. What a great pickup at the deadline. Imagine going from the frickin' the Pels to the Knicks. Cat lays one in again. I said this would be a, 20, what did I say, 26-point game, 25? It's going to be more than that. There's Donovan Mitchell going to drive, crossover, mid-range, pull-up, got it. Hey, you know what? I'll give some credit to Donovan Mitchell. I'll give credit to Mitch because he's got 31 now, 9 of 18. Not really that efficient, but hey, at least he's trying, you know? This is what I'm talking about. At least Donovan Mitchell is going out with a little bit of effort. Nice contest by Mitchell on the other side. Anunoby, another rebound. Dude, you want to talk about disappointing, man. Mobley has 7 rebounds. I think he had like 5 in the first quarter. And Jared Allen got played off the floor. He had 3 rebounds. I mean, that is embarrassing, man. That is embarrassing. We will recap this game for a little bit after this game if you want my thoughts on if I've changed my finals. You know, thoughts moving forward or thinking ahead. Wait till after the game for that. We will be streaming the rest of the Thunder Spurs series, and then we will talk about, we'll stream the finals, of course, but we'll continue to break it all down. Anunoby, another steal and slam, and now Atkinson calls a timeout. Cavs fans are hitting the exits with 8:37 to go. Yeah, it's over, man. This one is over. It's funny how all the diehard James Harden fans have disappeared too, man. I mean, what a sad exit for James Harden. 2 of 8 in this game. Will James Harden get over 13 points? My bold take before the game was he would have under 13. He's got 12 right now. He's got 12 right now. All right, chat. I'll be back in one moment. Don't go anywhere. Going to get more water, and we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. All right, we are back, man. We got 8.5 to go. Knicks leading it by 33 points. What's going on here in the chat? Let's see. Oh, I see what's going on. We got Knicks fans doing the Knicks fans thing again. Welcome into the show, man. Thanks for helping us grow our platform. I already talked about the Knicks fans earlier, man. It's just, I already know what to expect at this point, but dang, did the Cavs just bring in the cleanup crew already? They just concede this playoff game with 8 minutes to go? That's pretty crazy, man. That's crazy. They just conceded the game with 8 minutes left? McBride working. Who did they even bring in? Let's see. They brought in, let's see, Thomas Bryant. They brought in Craig Porter Jr. They brought in the rookie Tyrese Proctor, Keon Ellis, and Jordan Tyson. And here come the New York Knicks bringing in their cleanup crew now. They're going to answer back with their own. They're going to bring in Diawara, Huck Porty, Jordan Clarkson, Jose Alvarado, and Tyler Kolek. Here's Craig Porter Jr. He lost it off his knee. Kolek picks it up. Here come the Knicks driving downhill, coast to coast, misses it, and Cavs come away with it. Proctor dumps it down. Tyson for three. It's short. Here's Mitchell Robinson at the top of the arc, guarded by Bryant. He's going to turn, spin. Kolek off the dribble. Kolek stopped in his tracks, finds Diawara. He's going to find Jordan Clarkson. Clarkson floats it up, misses it. Tried to tap it back, no good. Kolek, a third attempt, misses it. Cavs can't even get a freaking rebound. $2 super chat from AP says, how do you like me now? AP, congratulations on your conference finals win, man. Been a diehard supporter of this channel all season. I appreciate you always being here, man. Congratulations to you. One of the actual good Knicks fans in here, man. Shout out to you, man. Busy B says they should have conceded in the first half. I mean, they pretty much did. Kenny Atkinson should have benched him 2 games ago. They should have benched him 2 games ago. Here come the New York Knicks. Kolek finds Clarkson. Hey, I always wanted to see Jordan Clarkson win. Now he's going to have a chance, even though he doesn't play. And we got another foul on the floor. Like I said, if you want my thoughts on the Knicks, hang around after the game. I will give more thoughts on it. Part of me feels happy for my Nova guys, even though I don't like them that much anymore. But like I said, man, for the New York Knicks fans that I know are running victory laps already, congratulations on your dominant run through the East, but still got 4 more to win, man. It's just a fact. It's going to be an interesting finals as Clarkson knocks it down. And like I said, man, I will be breaking it all down throughout the finals. I'm going to be live reacting to every game, so make sure you tune in. 42-7 off the bench. Cavs turn it over again. Pregame Daddy-A is in, I think, right? They're bringing everybody in now. They're giving all the third stringers some play now. Yeah, Pregame. First round pick back in 2024. Cavaliers bring in Naquan Tomlin. 00 says we're going to get GTA 6 before a Knicks parade. Knicks' 5th longest drought in the NBA since winning the finals. 53-year drought. Like I said, man, I understand why these people are acting like every game's a championship. I mean, again, this is all they have to really like root for. So they're hanging everything on this Knicks team. Cavs miss a 3. Here come the Knicks. Here's Kolek going to drive and kick. Out to Daddy-A, drives, left-hand float, and knocks it through. Man, what an abomination. This is like the Cavs win over the Pistons in Game 7. I will be honest, man. I feel like there's a little too many blowouts going on right now in these playoffs. I want to see more tight games. You know, I want to see more Spurs-Thunder Game 1 type of games. Clarkson floats up a 3 off balance. Can't get it. Clarkson not even having to play as crazy, says Dom. Yeah, he doesn't even play at all, man, because freaking Landry Shamet. Landry Shamet. How about that, man? How about Landry freaking Shamet? Kolek going to dribble inside, had it poked away, and then he was fouled. So Ben said, where's the tool that spoke trash to VJ? Forgot he was even on the team, man. Jeremy Sohan. Forgot Jeremy Sohan was even on his team, man.
Let's go.
You said the Cavs were going to beat the Knicks. Actually, no, I didn't. I said the Knicks were going to win in 5. So get your facts straight. What I said is the Knicks were going to lose in 5 in the finals, is what I said. But will I change my prediction? I guess we'll have to wait and see. Daddy-A for 3. It's short. Like I said, the Cavaliers got here by default, man. They are an embarrassing franchise. Kolek for 3. Drills it. That side of the bracket was weak, man. you need a little bit of joy tonight, just remember Tobias Harris lost to this Cavaliers team. Drive and kick, 3-ball, Clarkson misses it. Cavs give it right back to the Knicks. They're not even trying again, man. 42, now it's 45. 45! Jeez. How's your third stringers getting run out of the gym? Thomas Bryant for 3. Answers back. $5 super chat from Riaz says, RB, bad karma tonight for the Cavs. Many Cavs fans laughed at the Sixers when they lost game 4, and now they get embarrassed in front of the world. Yo, shout out to my dude Riaz, man. Longtime fan and member of the show. I appreciate you. And listen, man, I got to give Riaz his credit. He has been downright hating on the Cavs all season long for years, spanning back years. He has been beating that horse, man. The Cavs stink. They're frauds. Riaz was right, man. They are frauds. And they're led by James Harden. So, guys, my prediction's going to come correct, man. Can we drop some crystal balls in the chat for Crystal Ball RB? My bold prediction in this game is that James Harden would finish with under 13 points. He's going to finish the game with 12. James Harden does it again, man. The James Harden experiment is over. I don't even think a team should have James Harden on their roster next season. I don't think they should even employ James Harden next season. The fact that I knew that he was going to drop under 13 points is crazy. 3-ball from, I don't even know who's in anymore. They're playing anybody now. Play-by-play with JJ's in the chat. Let's go. Shout out to my guy, JJ. Cavaliers fans have left the building, man. There's none of them there. It's all Knicks fans going nuts already. James Harden continues to be a deer in headlights as play-by-play with JJ. He just does it every time, man. He does it every time. The James Harden experiment is over. It's been over, but tried to tell you. Here's a prime example of why I don't even let the comment, like I read the comments, but I don't even think much into them anymore because, 4 months ago, there's like James Harden profile pictures on Twitter and they're all in my DMs and they're saying crazy stuff. You'll never see any of them again. They've probably changed their profile pictures. They changed their Twitter usernames. They've disappeared. They're on with their life. They're not even watching this game. So I can't take this stuff serious, man, sometimes. James Harden is a fraud. Cavaliers have a lot of work to do, man. They have a lot of work to do with this roster. So we'll see what happens. If any team trades for James Harden next year at the trade deadline and they say that he's going to be the final piece to a championship, then, at that point you're asking for it, There's nothing else you can say. It's just you're asking for it. I know New York is a better team, but if you're Cleveland, you can't go out like this. That's a fact. I agree. Absolutely no heart. Got ran off the floor again. Ran off the floor again. Are Thunder and Spurs still the favorite? That's a good question. That's what I'm going to talk about in the little post-game show coming up when this game wraps up and concludes. Once again, thank you to everybody in here. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Philly Take with RB. We constantly cover the NBA. Even with the Sixers out, we're still dropping off-season content, and we are covering the rest of the playoffs, the draft, and a whole bunch more. Hit that subscribe button, turn on the noties. Ladies and gentlemen, how do we feel, man? Do you guys think the Knicks are the favorites? Do you think they should now be the favorites to win it all? What do you think? Is the momentum good enough that they're just going to steamroll whoever? Is it third year? What do you guys think? I said before the Sixers have to trade guys for picks in the draft, says Lawrence. Terry says Cavs don't play with heart, but New York does. They've definitely played with heart in this series. The Knicks have. Cavs have not. Cavs are delusional. Who do the Knicks want to see? That's a good question, Riaz. If I'm the New York Knicks, I mean, I guess it depends on health, but I'd probably want to see San Antonio over the Thunder. You don't want to see a team that's looking to defend their title. You'd rather see the team that's getting there for the first time if I was the New York Knicks. .220 to go here in the fourth quarter. Kolek hands it off to Clarkson. Here is Huck Porty. Going to find Kolek. Kicks to Clarkson. Clarkson a three. It's short. Cavs trying to get it back. They can't. And there's a wide open slam for Huck Porty. Keon Ellis bringing it up the floor. He's going to dribble. Step back. Ellis kicks out. Here's the drive and the kick. Ellis up top. Here's Bryant for three. It's off. Here's Kolek going behind the back. He steps back, finds Diawara. Here's Daddier for three. It's short. Like I said earlier in this stream, man, the Knicks have pushed all their chips in. There's been a lot of injuries in the NBA the past couple years. They're lucky that nobody really has any major injuries. They're fully healthy. That's huge. You know, it's also who can stay the healthiest. You see OKC dealing with injuries right now. You see the Spurs dealing with some injuries. So sometimes it is about who can stay healthy as well. Kolek drives, floats it up, misses it. Busy Bee says Kenny needs to get escorted out tonight. Hopefully he has a couple security guards with him. .50 seconds to go in this conference finals, and then the sweep is finally complete. Kolek turns and puts it up, and he knocks it through. 130-90. 45 seconds to play here in the fourth. Here is Bryant. He's going to find Porter. Bryant for three. It's good. Time is finally going to wind out here. Final score is going to be 130-93. It is a 37-point whopping win for the New York Knicks. And they are headed to their first NBA Finals in 27 years. They have not won the Finals in 53 years. But appearing in the Finals, the drought is over.
Let's go.
So that will finally conclude this conference finals that was absolutely one-sided. The Cavaliers are eliminated in 4. A lot of soul searching to do over on that side of things. A lot of questions with that roster. But the Knicks are Eastern Conference champs. All right, we're going to take it over to the postgame show here in a minute. I'm going to give you my thoughts. We'll talk a little bit about this game. Not much to say, really. We're going to talk about looking forward. You know, what should we expect? Do the Knicks actually have a chance to win it all? And we're going to break it all down. $5 super chat from Play by Play with JJ. Shout out to my guy JJ, man. Make sure y'all check him out. He says, here's a different perspective. The NBA is getting what it wants. They needed the Knicks to get to the finals, and they got a big market in doing so. Play by Play with JJ's bringing another take to the table, man. Maybe the Knicks had to make the finals. Maybe it's all a part of the script, as they say. Maybe the NBA wants a good story. Maybe they don't want the little market Cleveland Cavaliers that nobody cares about anyway. Maybe that is the storyline. What do you guys think about that? Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Nonetheless, the New York Knicks dominate the Hawks, they dominate the Sixers, and they dominate the Cavaliers. But the question is, can they get it done and actually win the whole thing? Because I'll tell you what right now, man, as dominant as this run has been, they've now won 11 in a row. None of it matters if you don't win the finals. And I'm being completely honest, non-biased opinion here. If you don't win it all, who cares, man? Who cares? I'm just being honest with you. So I think that's a perfect way to go ahead and segue this in to the postgame show. We'll talk about the Knicks. We'll talk about the other series going on. We will be here streaming the rest of the other series, and we will continue to drop coverage every day. So make sure you hit the subscribe, turn on the noties. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's do it, shall we? Shout out to the Game Day show. We got to take it over to the postgame live show. NBA postgame live show brought to you by Kalshi. Shout out to everybody in the chat. The Eastern Conference Finals is finally over. Thank you. My eyes were suffering. They were bleeding watching James Harden and Jared Allen try to play defense. And the Cavaliers get whopped by a 37-piece, 130-93. And to be honest, it was way worse than that. The third unit came in with 8 minutes to go. Kenny Atkinson really conceded game 4 with 8 minutes to go. I know they were getting blown out by 33. But if I'm Kenny Atkinson, the guy that's let his team off the hook the entire series, well, shoot, you're going to finish the game. You want to play lousy like that and not give any effort? You're going to go out there and play the rest of the game. So once again, just another interesting sequence of events. But it is official. The New York Knicks are in their first NBA Finals since 1999. They haven't won the finals in 53 years. Okay, it's been a very long time. So can they actually get it done? That is what we're going to talk about. I got a couple main points that I want to make, and then we will continue to move forward here into this show. So, ladies and gentlemen, here is my thoughts, okay? Where should we start? I think we're going to start with the Cleveland Cavaliers. We'll officially put them to bed, and once again, give your comments and thoughts in the chat. Let me know how you feel. I want to know how you feel about the NBA Finals coming up. I want to know who you think the favorite should be. Do the Knicks really have a chance? Will the Spurs or Thunder wipe the floor with the Knicks? What do you guys think? Give me all your thoughts in the chat. I want to start with the Cavaliers. Kenny Atkinson is an embarrassment. I've really liked Kenny Atkinson over the years, but the way that he coached in this series, I know that the Cavaliers are undermanned and under-talented in this series. But it's not like it had nobody. And all game long tonight, and for the last couple of games, ever since Kenny Atkinson was responsible for blowing a 22-point lead in game 1 with 8 minutes to go, he has done zero coaching. He did not coach in this series. He made excuses. He said he wouldn't bench James Harden under any circumstance defensively in the fourth quarter. He said that they were winning 2 games analytically in this series after game 3. He made some of the biggest excuses that I've ever seen. Kenny Atkinson should not be the coach of the team next year. Second guy I want to talk about is James Harden. We can all finally officially put the James Harden thing to bed. We can put it to rest. If any team goes out and trades for James Harden in the coming years at the trade deadline, he's got 1 year left. He can opt in. If James Harden does the same exact thing and he forces a trade next season and wants to go to another team and wants to make it his team and his situation, then whichever team leans into that and accepts that is asking for disaster and is one of the dumbest teams ever. Because at this point, the gig is up. James Harden will be remembered as a great individual player. James Harden is a great individual player when it comes to NBA history and a lot of the seasons he had and a lot of the MVP campaigns and a lot of the records he broke. But as a team player, as a guy that is trying to win a championship, any team that adds James Harden to their roster with the intentions of trying to win an NBA championship is absolutely delusional. It is over. It is done. Everywhere he goes, he does the same exact thing. He plays good in the regular season. He gets to the playoffs. His play style can't accommodate the rest of the team. It ends up being your turn, my turn basketball. And when the lights get bright in the biggest moments in the spotlight, James Harden turns into a ghost and he disappears. And then the following season he quits. It is rinse and repeat. It happens every single time. I don't know how every team in the association cannot see this by now. And all series long, he did nothing but disappear on offense. He walked around on defense. He was literally walking up and down the floor in an elimination game. It is crazy to me. And he got picked apart in game 1 when they blew a 22-point lead. It is over with James Harden. Now, last guy I want to talk about is Donovan Mitchell. I'm not even going to spend time on Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. I think the Cavs know that they have hit the limit with their roster. Last season was their opportunity. They got punked by the Pacers, who were on a special run. Jared Allen had 3 rebounds in 26 minutes. Embarrassing. He's got to go. Evan Mobley, 15 and 7 in 33 minutes. Embarrassing. He's got to go. Cavaliers cannot win with 2 bigs that can't consistently shoot. Simple as that. That's how it goes. Kenny Atkinson in this game was trying to mix and match. The Knicks go double big. He takes out the double big. It makes no sense. I did not understand any of the game plan that the Cavaliers had. And at the end of the day, I'm not going to go through all the stats in this game, but listen to some of these numbers. This is almost impossible. They gave up a 20-0 run. They gave up a 12-0 run. They gave up a 47-15 run, 17-3 run, 33-9 in the fast break, courtesy of the Knicks, 32-5 in the second chance points, 60-33 on the glass. You have 2 centers or a center and a power forward starting, and you get out rebounded 60-33. Oh yeah, it's wraps. It's over. The Knicks shot 50% in this game, 49%, 44 from 3. They played absolutely no defense, gave no effort whatsoever. They got absolutely ran off the road. So the Cavaliers deserve to be banned from the playoffs next year. They should not be in the playoffs. They are disgraceful, and their effort level was the worst part. Now, I want to talk about the New York Knicks, and I want to get into all that. First off, we have a $5 super chat from AP. Says, RB, did the Sixers celebrate their Eastern? All right, listen, man. I'm not gonna go back and forth with Knicks fans. AP, I appreciate you, man, and congratulations on your win. But first off, for the Knicks fans that are in the live chat, okay, first off, you're coming over here into this chat. You're into this chat, and you're talking about the New York Knicks. I've told you the exact facts of the New York Knicks tonight. I've given them credit literally the entire night. So when you come in here and you're like, oh, what? We can't celebrate our Eastern Conference championship. That's not what I'm saying. Celebrate it. Jump off the bridge. Do whatever you want. What I'm telling you is that for any team, if you don't win the finals, it doesn't matter, bro. It doesn't matter. You have 4 games left. Celebrate your championship. I know Knicks fans are probably going to burn down the whole city of Cleveland tonight. Go ahead, do it. All I'm saying is, if you end up losing the finals, nobody will give a damn about your dominant Eastern Conference run. And that is the facts. Simple as that. That goes for anybody. That goes for the Thunder. That goes for the Spurs. That goes for the Sixers, the Cavs. It doesn't matter. Simple as that. But go ahead, celebrate and run your victory laps. I mean, again, it's been a very dominant run for the Knicks. And again, we're going to talk about them here in a few minutes. But don't get mad at me because I'm telling you the truth. That's why you Knicks fans keep coming back to me. Don't you understand? It's a cycle. I tell you the truth. That's why you keep coming back. Now, on top of that, we got a $5 super chat from Play-by-Play with JJ. He says, the Cavs, I would argue, had a better roster than the Sixers, but the Sixers gave more effort than the Cavs. Agree or disagree? Yeah, somebody asked that question earlier in the live show, and shout out to my guy JJ. It's a good question. I think the Sixers could have beat the Cavs. I think it would have been a tight series, but I think the Sixers gave more effort than the Cavs, even though they didn't give that much effort. They just didn't have enough with the way Embiid was health-wise. You know, like go back to game 4-7 of the Celtics series. Joel was playing. He looked healthy. He looked back in stride. Game 1 and 2 of the Knicks series. Well, game 2, he didn't even play. But game 1, he was hanging by a thread. He couldn't even get up. Every injury's hitting him. So when you don't have health, you don't have wealth. Simple as that. You're not going to be able to sustain yourself. And the Cavaliers actually had their full team on the floor. They just gave absolutely no effort, and their coach did nothing but make excuses for it. Simple as that. That is what happened. So if the Sixers were relatively healthy, even though I think they had no bench scoring, they probably could have beat the Cavaliers because James Harden usually quits in the playoffs. But who knows? Nonetheless, man, shout out to everybody in the chat. I am going to get to your comments, and I am going to break all of it down. I want to talk about the New York Knicks, and I want to talk about the next series coming up. Because once again, here come the Knicks fans flooding in the chat. Oh, again, they're like your needy ex-girlfriend. They don't, you give them attention, you give them some love. It's not enough. They need more. They need more. They're never satisfied. They need everything. Even from fans that aren't fans of their team. But look, I'll give you credit. I'll give you the credit that you deserve. And then I'll talk about the next series and where I think the Knicks stack up. Here's what I want to ask the live chat right now. Ladies and gentlemen, would you give the New York Knicks, based on the momentum that they have right now, the nod over the Thunder or the Spurs? Would you give the New York Knicks the nod to win the NBA Finals? That's what I want to know. Do you think that based on the way they're playing, which is very good right now, that they can steamroll their way into the finals and win the finals? Is it their year? Is this just their opportunity to win? That's what I want to know. I'm going to give you my thoughts on that on the other side. First, I got to give a shout out to the partners of the Postgame show over at Kalshi. Ladies and gentlemen, the most electrifying time of the NBA season is here, and we're about to hit the NBA Finals. Well, guess what? On Kalshi, you can trade every game in that series. You can trade the entire NBA Finals with Kalshi, the largest prediction market out there. Right now on Kalshi, if you go over and check them out, download the app. The Thunder are trading at a 49% chance to win it all. The Knicks are trading at a 27% chance to win it all. Spurs are behind the Knicks. So if you took the Thunder trading at 49% to win it all, a $100 trade, for example, would pay out $205 if they take the title. If you took the Knicks at 27%, a $100 trade would pay out $371 if they take the title. As the playoffs heat up and move forward, the numbers also move in real time. You can buy in or out at any time. On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market. meaning there is no house as the probability changes. You can buy in and out of your position for a limited time. Download the Kalshi app. Use code PhillyTake and get $10 when you trade 10. That's Kalshi, Kalshi. Once again, use code PhillyTake. Trade on anything 18 plus only. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more info, see kalshi.com/regulatory. So the question is, will I be taking the New York Knicks on Kalshi? Will I take them to win? Here's my thoughts, okay? I want to start off by giving the Knicks credit. I think they have had a dominant run. 11 wins in a row, that's hard to do. And they have steamrolled the Hawks in the latter part of that series, the Sixers, and the Cavaliers. They deserve credit for what they're doing. Jalen Brunson has elevated once again in these playoffs. He's playing well. They're playing as a unit. Every guy has bought into their role. They deserve a lot of credit for that. And they're going in red hot. Now, I think the rest is really going to help the New York Knicks. The Spurs and the Thunder are probably going 7. That will be a disadvantage. But what I will say, overall, looking forward, originally I said the winner of the Thunder and Spurs would beat the Knicks in 5. I do think the pendulum has swung a little bit. I think the finals is going to be another dogfight. I think it's going to be 6, maybe 7 games. And I will give the Knicks some chance to win that series after seeing the way that they have played as such a connective unit. However, the Spurs and the Thunder, and more particularly their defenses, more specifically, the on-ball defenders that the Thunder and the Spurs have, are some of the best defenders in the NBA. And I'm sorry, the Knicks have not seen defenders like that in these playoffs. So yeah, they're dominating. And they're crushing the Sixers, who were half injured and had no bench, and the Cavaliers, who are absolute frauds. James Harden and the rest of them boys are frauds. But the Knicks better be ready and not get on their high horse too much, because you're looking at guys like Wemby and Stephon Castle, or on the other side, let's say it's SGA, and let's say it's Cason Wallace, and who knows if Jalen Williams is going to play. Probably not, right? So that could be a huge development in that series. I do think health is very crucial as well. Like, sometimes you just have to be the healthiest team and you have to stay as durable as you can. And the Knicks are very healthy right now, which could be another advantage for them. But the Thunder and the Spurs have very deep rosters. There's reasons that they won over 60 games and the Knicks did not. And the Knicks have not played a defense like those teams just yet. So before they go throwing the championship parade and throwing the banner, I wouldn't get over the top just yet. You're going to play a really tough team in the finals, albeit they may be short-rested and not 100% healthy, but I think it's going to be an absolute battle. I think I'm probably going to pick the finals to go 7 games once we get there. I would still lean towards the Western Conference Finals side. I think the Spurs might not have the favorite in terms of the odds makers over the Knicks. I think the Thunder would. So that is how I feel. That is how I feel overall. You can't deny what the Knicks are doing. They're on a dominant run. Sometimes it does feel like it's your year, you know? However, I would argue, looking back at last season, the Pacers, right? We thought it could be their year. I mean, they're hitting every random magical shot. Halliburton's putting in miracles. And, you know, it didn't work out for them. So I don't think the Knicks are going to, you know, be as one-sided and as dominant against the Thunder or the Spurs. Just telling you my thoughts off the bat. Now, again, we have to wait and see what happens in the Western Conference Finals, because there's still a lot of game to play there. And I think one of those teams is going to come out very winded and tired at the end of it. But I will say my original prediction, once again, has changed from 5 games probably to 7 at this point. I think it's going to be a dogfight. Again, looking at the Knicks, I think it's interesting because you have these 2 different philosophies of building teams, right? You have the Thunder and the Spurs, who have built in the draft and mostly are very young and are looking at like a 3-year window, at least 3-4 years. Whereas you look at the Knicks and they have pushed all the chips into the middle of the table. And they're saying, look, we're going to have to win this year or next year. This is what they said last year, right? We have like a 2-year window. We got to push the chips in. They probably don't believe all their players are going to stay healthy and good for as long as they have paid them for. But they're saying, look, we'll worry about the aprons and all the extra money and all that in a couple years. We might be really bad in a few years, but we're going to push all the chips in now. So you're kind of seeing these two different philosophies on building your roster. And the Knicks are lucky that their entire team has pretty much stayed healthy. I mean, they've gotten the good end of the stick to this year. You know what I mean? Whereas now the Thunder are dealing with Jalen Williams re-aggravating the hamstring, and AJ Mitchell is still dealing with an injury, and he's going to be out tomorrow night. Then you look at the other side, De'Aaron Fox has been battling the ankle. Harper's been battling injury. So, yeah, the Knicks are the healthiest team. And like I said, sometimes that is what counts. I also think the Knicks bench has really, really stepped up. Because when you have these top-heavy contracts, you need to find hidden gems off the bench. One of them being Landry Shamet, who went, I believe, 12 of 13 in this series from 3, which is just absurd, man. Landry Shamet has been in the league for, 8 years now? He's a journeyman, former first-round pick by the Sixers, and he's played on 8 different teams. And here he is, finding his role, carving out his role with the New York Knicks. But I would also argue that's a guy that you have to wonder, can he shoot like this going forward? Can he continue to shoot like this, Alvarado was great on defense, but can he give you something offensively in the finals if you need it? I just think the Knicks played a couple teams that were not deep at all. So they're going to see a deep team when they play either OKC or San Antonio. And it's going to come down to the little things in the margins, But the Knicks are shooting very well. They're playing connective. They're really capitalizing on the fast break. And they're getting easy buckets, man. And really, it's just their energy, What I really enjoyed about them and what I respected was they didn't just let up against the Cavs. Anytime the Cavs tried to come up for a little bit of air, they immediately kicked them back down underwater. They just did not let up. And that's what a good team or a great team has to do. So anyway, man, that's how I feel about the series moving forward. I think looking at these rosters up and down, once the Knicks finally got Karl Anthony Towns and Mikal Bridges acclimated to their specific niche roles, and they got them to buy into that, I feel like it's all come together for New York. However, like I said 10 minutes ago, if you don't win the finals, doesn't matter. It'll be cool to look back and, hey, we had a great Eastern Conference dominant run, but you got to finish it off. Trust me, I know. You don't get a lot of opportunities. You have to capitalize when you have them. So, anyway, man, that is where we are at. Knicks move on. They sweep the Cavaliers. They've won 11 in a row. Can the momentum carry them into an NBA Finals win? That is the question. What do you guys think? Who do you think is going to win the finals? Let me know in the chat right now. We'll read out a few, and then we'll wrap this one up. Once again, we will be live back tomorrow night for Game 5 of the Thunder and the Spurs. So be here tomorrow night, and we'll continue to talk about it. All right. Let's see. Do we have any actual takes here in the chat? What do you guys think? Thunder might not even make it. Riaz says the Knicks will play hard and win a couple games in the finals. Let's see. It's going to be the Spurs versus the Knicks. What else? What do you guys think? Spurs are not beating anybody. Be quiet and watch out for the brooms. Thunder and Spurs might be beaten up by the time they get to the finals. Yeah, exactly. Roadrunners defending the OKC Thunder. He says all this talk in their last finals appearance was 1973. Dom says flipper floppers, a.k.a. Knickerbockers. So Dom's calling them the flip floppers. Like I said, man, I used to watch all these guys at Villanova. I'm a Villanova basketball fan. I've liked them for a while, but in the NBA, I've had to learn to hate them. And part of me's kind of happy for them, but part of me still hates the Knicks. So, well, a lot of me hates the Knicks, but yeah, I mean, you can't deny, you got to give credit where it's due. They've been playing really well. Tell you what, man, for 76ers fans, like seeing the last 5 years, like seeing Jokic get a ring, seeing the Celtics get a ring, and if the Knicks were to get a ring, man, it would be pretty tough to stomach. I'm not going to lie. So we'll see. Thunder will smoke the Knicks in 5. OKC gets the win, says Ben. Ben says Harden did it again. Knicks in 6, says HRM. Honestly, the Knicks have a chance to win it all, says Dom, but I picked Thunder, so I have to stick with my pick. Knicks in 6 no matter what. So we got a lot of differing opinions. It's going to make for a very interesting finals coming up. We'll see how it goes. I still believe that, I believe the finals is going to be a good series, better than I anticipated, but whatever defense comes out of the West is going to be ferocious, and I'm enjoying the defensive-minded playoffs, at least coming out of the West so far. So I think the finals is probably going to be very defensive-oriented. So we'll see how it goes, man. We will see. Busy B says, I'm on the Thunder bandwagon right now. Thunder up. So we will see, man. It's going to be very, man, the Thunder and Knicks. Yeah, that's a good point, Dom. The Thunder and Knicks in the finals would be the absolute flop-a-thon, man. It would be an absolute flop-a-thon. So we'll see how it plays out. But once again, credit to the New York Knicks, the way they've played. You can only play who's on your schedule. You can only play who's in front of you. Simple as that. And they destroyed the Cavaliers. The Cavaliers should be banned from the playoffs next season. And James Harden just does James Harden things. So, anyway, those are my thoughts. That's how I feel as we wrap this one up here on the Playoff Game Day live show. It's been fun hanging out with all of you tonight. But the New York Knicks advanced. They punched their ticket. Now they get 9 days off before they get to the finals. So see how it plays out. And we'll see who gets the W on the other side. Nonetheless, one team has punched their ticket. And things are about to get crazy, man. If you haven't checked out our video earlier today, go check that out. Watch all of our content. Follow us on all socials. At Philly Take with RB. Follow me on Twitter at RB Philly Take. Check us out everywhere, man. Continue to break it down. Continue to go live. Drop these videos for all of you, man. Playoffs continue. Knicks are in the finals. See who makes it on the other side. Playoff Game Day live show. NBA Postgame live. Brought to you by Kalshi. Hope you all have a great rest of your night. I'll see you back here tomorrow for Spurs and Thunder. Catch you on the next one. Good night, everybody. Peace.